Lots many penis. There you go. I know words. Twitch will not be happy about that, but it doesn't matter. I don't fucking care.
Twitch doesn't give a shit about.
Yeah,
So,
if we're not
why?
making the money, they don't fucking care.
Yeah.
So, hello fans, newcomers alike. We are the Wyld Cast. We had a relatively busy last couple of, 3-4 weeks, I think, that we couldn't be here. Due to holidays and other things. We're also going to be missing Arya and Astaroth for some stuff, and we're going to be missing, Kadirth, or V. Oh god, probably should get some water before we start, actually, too. I'll get that in a minute. V's actually on his way back to the United States. He spent the last, I think, 2 weeks in Norway, which was fucking cool. Got lots of pictures, hopefully. Other than that, we should be good. We're missing 2 others, the other 2 Norwegians, the twins. They should be here soon. Half past eventually, but in any case, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Oh, before we start, right, the music, the sounds you hear. This one specifically comes from Slipstream. It's fucking amazing. There are others from Slipstream we might use, and if you like them, you should go check them out, or hell, just go check them out anyways, because there's some pretty good stuff there. It's free to use, as long as you add their links in the description. Makes it really easy for us to do YouTube. In addition to that, we also use Tabletop Audio. I personally subscribe so that I can use their stuff on the stream as well. And it's genuinely awesome music for any kind of ambient sounds you want, or even just combat music, which is pretty fucking cool too. Other than that, go check them both out. They're amazing. Go subscribe to Tabletop Audio. Not sponsored, but obligation. I have to fucking share it because we're using it. We might as well. In any case, I think that's everything we need to do. Only thing left to actually go through is what happened the last couple of sessions, since it's been a minute and we can use the recap. I don't think anybody forgot the wish, so I think we can go from everything after that, which wasn't much.
Yeah. So, we wished Valeth wished Kadirth back to life. That's a whole thing. You can go to the last session for that. And from there, we basically figured out what we wanted to do. We have decided that we're going to be leaving the boat, circling basically all of Trinian, and then we're going to message them when we need them. And we decided gas mode. We took all of our blue and black stuff off, and we have decided to gas mode our way to the Thieves Guild and stuff. Riley, can I message you about something?
Solid. Sorry, I needed a drink.
That's all good. I need to ask you a question I forgot to ask you.
Go ahead.
Private.
Oh, private?
Privately.
Is it in the... I've got a DM. I see that now.
Yep.
Oh, no, that's, oh, whoops. My bad, Nano.
No, I'm fine. Just alcohol on stream is weird.
Okay. Where is the question? Oh, there it is. Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. I'll roll with the punches. Don't worry about me. I appreciate that. I'll be okay. You're good.
Okay.
Alright.
Awesome.
In that case, we'll jump back in as you guys finished unmist forming into your physical selves, bringing Peterson along with you for this journey, and arriving at the shoreline of Sasori. Or no, it's
Peterson was at the boat, right? He
Sidori.
was our
No, you
contact
took him
person.
with you.
Oh, I thought he was still on the boat. and we
He
just
was
went
on the
over.
boat, but you decided for some reason to bring him with you.
Yeah, but leave him on the
Um,
boat with the contact person so he could manage
Yeah.
the crew.
Are you wanting to leave him on the boat or bring him on shore?
Oh, we can always fix that later. So, yeah, we can just leave him here.
Leave him...
Last
Oh,
session
okay.
we left him on the boat, and then just our party in boat.
Okay, then yeah.
Yeah. I have
Alright.
no objections to that.
Works for me. So, as you stand there on the cold coastline of Sidori, you looking out into the forest, or looking into the forest from your position, can see it kind of dark, gloomy, and, well, like the air around you, cold. There has been some light snowfall since you guys had, or since before you landed, and has still currently covered parts of the ground, though not entirely. It has somewhat melted away, but what remains is an icy the icy remnants of a frost that's just cooked over the rest of the island. Goran, you have a rough understanding of the map. Did you want to use that? Wait, did I make that public yet, or no? I
No,
did.
You haven't made the full map public yet, but I
okay.
posted the map in my hand-drawn map in Maps.
Gotcha, cool. Yes, I see that now.
We're aware.
Such detail, very wow.
Very well.
So you guys, looking at the map, you can see, you'd have to open it in browser because you can't zoom in otherwise, but, where you have the star at the top, like, where the water is, that's where you guys are. Where it says Thieves Guild, that's in reference to this area you guys are currently in, being where the Thieves Guild typically do their shipping.
Yeah.
Is it behind the star?
What?
Is it behind the star?
What do you mean?
Like on the map? Like what are you?
Yeah,
Why are you looking
so you
like
see
I'm dumb?
So
Top left.
I know.
Top left.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, it's where the star is. Yeah.
Imagine you're looking at an iPhone like pin on a map. That's what that star is representing, the pin.
Yeah.
There's not a real star there. There's not a real star.
Oh, I know. It's just a funky thing to put because northwest, east, west, northwest, south, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Northwest, east, west. Fuck.
Yes. All right.
Good.
But have we landed in like a dock kind of thing already?
No, you're just
Or-
on the coastline.
Oh, just on the
Yep.
coastline. All right.
Oh.
Goran, what are we expecting there?
So,
I'd
we should
still
make our
warm
way
welcome.
down.
Going.
Just keep an eye out. There are usually guards posted along this area, or at least
Are there-
lookouts.
Are there conversations to be made with the guards, or just arrow in the neck and get it over with?
That would
I think
depend.
it's more a matter they don't like visitors.
Yeah, I'd expect so.
It's more so just a heads up for the door.
All right. I'll keep a lookout when we're walking then.
Okay.
And then, if I remember correctly, the door is about 300 meters that way. Well, the entrance would be around 300 meters that way.
Good to know. I know my meters.
Hell yeah.
How many football fields per bald eagle is that?
About 300 yards.
Good enough.
Nice.
And
I'm pretty sure a meter is just a yard.
No, one is bigger than the
Is
other.
it less than it? Pardon?
It's 1.3 or something.
1.3 meters.
A yard is 3 feet. A meter is like 3.5 feet.
1 meter is 1.09 yards.
Are we getting
Almost
into
the
this,
same.
or are we just
Relatively
walking
similar.
to the door?
It's whatever, close enough.
No,
We go.
yards are
and
bigger.
Anyway.
Just carefully make our way towards the door.
All right.
Gotcha.
To where I knew the entrance to be.
So as you kind of looking around for a, go ahead and make a perception check.
All right.
Actually, Goran, you make me a survival check. It's not perception, it's survival.
Survival check.
You do have advantage on this though.
Okay, check.
Why
keeping
do I
a
have
lookout.
14? Really? Why do I have 1.4 thousand platinum?
What?
I think that should be gold.
Should be gold.
I think that's off as well.
I don't touch your character sheets. I don't know.
talking
Fucking,
about
you figure it out. Okay,
How do we feel about
Infinite money
12?
glitch.
I can't hear you say that again.
12?
A 12. Okay. So you wander around, kind of looking around for familiar, landmarks in the area that you can kind of guide yourself, and you think you've got one that's pretty good. Oxide, you said you're making a perception check. What did you make?
22.
22. Okay. Keeping an eye on the area. I'll get back to that actually. It is relevant, but not for searching.
All right.
Goran, you begin to kind of march in the direction you believe that this hideaway is, and you find a spot that you think could be where you're looking, but it looks more like a mound of dirt, like it's probably been covered up. You're familiar with a wooden hatch being somewhat buried under the sand, but this is a little heavily buried.
Wait, what did I come across as buried?
Well, what you think would be like the trap door into one of these secret hideouts.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems pretty heavily buried, if not an incorrect space. Oxide. You said it was a 20 what?
22.
22. Okay. You can see that as you're kind of looking around the area, either through trying to find anything out of ordinary, out of place, you do see a figure that looks to be standing in the tree line. You can see a pair of... They almost look like yellowish golden eyes that are looking at you from around a tree, and as soon as you make eye contact with them, they vanish. They're probably about 60, 65 feet away from you, deeper in the forest.
Okay. I'll keep that to myself for now.
Okay.
And keep an eye on that spot, of course, but just around us. Is the entrance nearby? Go around.
Did you share that you saw somebody with us?
Not
No.
yet.
Okay. The entrance should be somewhat nearby. It's been a while since I've been here. Did I check for traps?
Where? In the mound of dirt?
Trapdoor.
Well, if there is a trapdoor there, it's heavily buried under the dirt, so you don't see the trapdoor. You think
Okay.
this might be where it is, but you'd have to actually uncover the dirt in order to find it.
Okay. Can I,
Start digging?
I have a stick. Give me a
Poke
sec.
it with the stick.
I poke it with a stick. I poke around for the door with a stick.
Right. So, again, heavy amount of dirt.
Dirt or sand?
Okay. Dirt. As you're taking a stick and just kind of jabbing it in the dirt, try to pull it away. Over the you're not unsure how long, but over the time of frosted over dirt and snow and the weather moving whatever is around, this is very compact. And as you start poking in the dirt, you don't get very far, and eventually the stick does break as you try to dig with it.
Damn.
Could I look around for footprints? Maybe that this is not the spot, or
No.
anywhere else that shows a different way? Or that we're at the wrong spot?
Sure, you can go ahead and make a survival check.
Ooh. Survival is a plus 3, so will that be an 18?
18. Okay. Looking around for any kind of footprints or something that would indicate foot traffic here, you don't come across anything like that. One thing that as you're kind of looking around, it's a wide area you're searching, and it does eventually encompass the space you saw that creature. Where you do see there are footprints there, but they are not humanoid.
Could I identify them as what kind of creature? Or person?
You personally could not.
Alright. Then I'll enlighten the party that I might have seen. I didn't know. Could have been the booze talking, but might have seen yellow-eyed creature in the woods somewhere, looking at us. Goran, is that a native?
Maybe. Am I familiar with anyone with yellow eyes?
Anyone with yellow eyes? It could be a number of things. There are a number of, like, typically wild creatures that have these kind of, like, golden sharp eyes, as Oxide would have described them to you, and it can range from owlbear even to wolves. It just depends. There are some, like, typically the gaze of creatures in this forest are relatively haunting, but beyond, like, that description, it's probably something wild, and if it was humanoid, it would be druidic in some way. But other than that, with your experience, there's nothing you can necessarily pinpoint.
So what I'm gathering is that there should be an entrance under ice dirt. Not really possible to get in there. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't have the magic to get in there.
God, I wish I don't have the spells. I usually have locate traps. But I don't have it prepared right now.
Too bad.
Has Starry ever used the secret exit or like entrance into this place?
You've never been here before. This is a whole new continent.
Tyranian is new for us, yeah.
Tyranian?
Yeah,
we're in
well,
Tyranian, bro.
You're on the border between Tyranian and Devilai, but you're on the continent of Sidori, and you've got no idea.
But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna keep looking for the entrance.
Okay, go ahead and make me a new survival check. With advantage.
With advantage, hell yeah.
DC is going to be higher, though.
I did, man.
Advantages of helping, or
22.
Advantage is because he's familiar with the area and knows the codes, knows, like, what to look for specifically.
could helping lower the DC or not?
No.
Alright.
Alright, go
Good
on.
luck.
22.
22. You go back to that space that you think might have been it, and realize that where you're standing, it's not the correct tree that you would have identified from. You begin to kind of look around, and slightly deeper into the forest, you find a tree with what looks like some markings on them that you immediately recall as, oh, okay, I remember that. You look there, follow the marching path, and eventually come across a much shallower, like, mound of actual, like, sand, covered in some snow as well. And that's, of course, frosted over into just ice. But you're relatively confident this is it. And you take some moment to push some of the sand out of the way, and as its cold, coarse, like, grimy nature, like, flits through your fingertips, you eventually come across a wooden trapdoor. You'd have to uncover it the rest of the way, and that does take some time, but you did find it.
Nice. God.
Riley, can you check the campaign chat?
Yes.
1 second.
That's fine, I don't care, just don't go overboard.
I won't.
You're a lightweight, so
I know.
just be careful. Okay. Oh, and for anybody wondering, yes, he has alcohol, and yes, he's 18. It's legal in Norway.
I'm an adult.
He is an adult. He's actually,
don't support
yeah,
any
he's an adult now.
It's weird.
We cannot govern him from the United States. He's in another country.
Also,
That's true.
I can buy alcohol. Kevin can't.
we don't support any particular brand of alcohol. They haven't paid us yet.
Yeah.
This is sponsored by Smirnoff.
Shut.
We're not sponsored by.
I will kick you for that. Don't
We're not.
fucking hate alcohol. Anyway. So, Goran, you said you were wanting to check for traps, yes?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Which check would that be? Perception?
That would be no, that would be your investigation.
Investigation. Where the fuck is my investigation?
It's like one of the
21.
few rogue things. 21. Okay. You foot around, and typically you're aware that this is something that's usually trapped. And as you take your like lock pick and pull like around the seams of the trap door, you do find a piece of string that's taut, and yes, it is trapped. You may make a thieves' tools check to disarm the trap.
20.
20 is just what you need. As you take the hook and kind of, pull it just enough so that it remains taut, you get in there with another piece of tweezers to kind of pull it, moving the hook out of the way, cutting it and tying it off, and releasing the actual mechanism, or tying off the mechanism, releasing the rest of the trap. You successfully disarm the trap, and
Nice.
taking the moment to open the trap door, it's still just as heavy as you remember, a solid, thick slab of wood on a small place. Imagine like the thick trap door from Pirates of the Caribbean when Jack is stranded on an island.
Why is the rum?
Yeah. You open the trap door and it's immediately dark and covered in cobwebs, and it smells stale in there, which means that it's probably not been used in quite some time. And yet it was still trapped. Regardless,
It's
you have entrance, and who's going in first?
I'll go in
Maybe I'll
first.
Okay, so the two of you. Goran, as you make your way down, Oxide slowly following in beside you. You look around in this incredibly low light area. Thankfully, both of you can see. You see that most of the place has been, it looks like, pretty much turned over. There are a couple of bottles that are still remaining, though knocked over or shattered. You see what liquids would have been there, either dried away, staining what wood they were spilt onto, or or even like some little bit left over in some of the leftover bottles that remain. Additionally, you see the chamber itself does still have the same supports, though at this point they are beginning to become somewhat like termite infested in some of the places. Like, this was effectively abandoned. It's possible to find something here, but you're unclear as to what. Unknown. What do you guys want to do?
Quick streaming question. Is the chat disabled?
Night? Why?
Oh, I can't chat.
On Twitch or on YouTube?
No, on YouTube.
Shouldn't be.
I was trying to... Oh, no, now it's on. My internet is slow, apparently.
That makes sense.
Are we in the chamber right now?
You're in the underground, like, cellar, yeah.
Yeah. Are there barrels, like winery? Is there a door?
There's definitely
any traps as
a
well?
rack that would have held such kind of barrels for wine, but it appears to be void of any actual barrels.
Okay.
Go ahead and make me. I'm assuming you're looking like for alcohol and things like that. Go ahead and make me a. This would be a perception check.
Alright. Still checking out for traps because I don't trust this.
Well, it's one or the other right now. So if you're focused on traps first, that's an investigation check.
First traps, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Go ahead and check for traps.
Ooh, natural 18 for investigation, now.
Yeah.
That's 23.
I'm
23.
gonna poke my head out the trapdoor and look around.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
Stealth.
Eyes. Looking around
No,
Oxide.
I'm looking for people. So.
You're still looking. You don't have you're in a
Eyes are
stationary
eyes.
place. Eyes are eyes. Like, you're stationary and you're looking around for what's around.
Fair.
There's not really anything to smell or hear initially. Like, if something's hiding from you, you're trying to perceive it.
You can't smell the sight of people.
Oxide, checking around the area,
What do we feel about
you
knives?
do not see any trap. You don't notice any traps. Like as you're looking around, you're pretty confident this area is not trapped.
Great.
There
Then I'll
is
continue to
there
look
is
for
a
alcohol.
second chamber as well that the door is kind of cracked open into, but otherwise, it's single door. It's a little shorter than most humans. It's nothing to you. It's a normal sized door, but you begin to kind of like push it open, and looking inside, you see another chamber that with this one has a desk. There seems to be pretty much nothing left here. On the desk, you see just immediately a like quill and ink bottle that's been tipped over and long since dried. You can see that there is a shelf that looks pretty much barren, with one of the shelves actually broken down into one of the other spots. You also see in the room that there is a looks like a barrel that was possibly used as a table and has an unlit lantern sitting on top of it. And that's all you can see from inside the doorway. Goran, what was your perception check?
9 total.
9. Yeah, you're fine.
When's the last time you've been here, Goran?
Over 2 years ago.
2 years. Because it looks abandoned for about 2 years.
Yeah.
Based on the damage, I say someone left in a hurry, but we're capable of taking all the important stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Are there any paintings or decor around the room as well?
In this second room, there are, yes. You can see an older, I guess, painting that's kind of behind the desk and chair. It's dusted over and doesn't look very good. But as you kind of like look at it a little more closely, from your perspective, it's initially hard to see, but there is a dagger that had been jammed into the neck of the figure portrayed in the painting. You don't recognize the figure.
Look at Goran.
Can I go back to the team?
Okay.
And
The painting is of the Thieves Guild Master. You can see the painting itself depicts him, looks like he's in the process of writing out some documentation, as well as, like, he's writing something out, his feet are propped up on a desk, and there's lots of gold behind him in the background of the painting. And where his neck is, there is just a dagger still embedded in, like, the wood frame of the painting.
Take out the dagger.
Okay.
Keep it with me.
Kind of hard for you to reach, but you eventually get it.
I'll jump a bit.
Yeah, it's easy enough. Like, it's just one of the things that you might have to stand on your toes.
Yep. All right.
Pop, pop.
I don't
Illiken,
think
by the
you have
way,
much friends here.
if you're in here, Illiken, you have to fucking crouch. It's low. It's low.
God,
it's
I'm too
low for
tall.
humans.
Oh shit, I'm like basically on my hands and knees.
Pretty
God.
much, yeah.
I'll just say, oh, hey, I've never looked you in the eyes before.
Someone's looking me in the ass.
Oh,
Looking.
not a
Sorry
bad
about
sight.
that.
Okay.
Oxide just casually hitting on the giant.
Everyone.
So, is there anything else that you'd like to? Were you still wanting to look for booze or anything?
I think everything's taken.
I think we should probably look around elsewhere for the actual hideout if they're still using this area.
I don't think you have many friends in here. But this is
Not
just
here.
the chamber. That's it. No doors, no other entryways, no
They all
underground
behind the painting?
tunnels. I'll just rip out the painting. Yeah.
Well,
Are you pulling the painting off the wall?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to look for a secret door behind the painting.
Which,
If
yeah,
possible.
of course there is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You look at the secret door behind the painting, and you can see that it is unlocked. It looks like it probably had been open previously. There's a little space like in the actual wall that's an indentation, which allows the door to remain just slightly open in that area. And as you open the door and look inside what looks like a safe, there isn't really much of anything aside from what looks like a small pouch that you can't see inside of. It's an opaque brown pouch, as well as what looks like a there seems to be a note inside, is the best way I can describe it. Though to anybody but the two rogues, it looks like nothing. It's written in Thieves' Cant.
I read it.
It takes a minute for you to realize it's written in Thieves' Cant, as it does just sound like a strange like word or list, but when spoken, it does make a bit more sense. And it's a warning. It's a warning that some powerful people are coming after the Thieves Guild, and that if you're reading this, you should run. There's a mention of your family, and it's possible that they were the ones behind this.
Excellent.
Oxide, you take another look at that dagger that you pulled, and Goran, as you're looking at the dagger, it's from not your family, but specifically one of the hunters that your family typically hung around.
Is it okay if I keep this, or do you want it?
Okay, I'm gonna have everybody. We need to be on high guard. I'm gonna go back out. I'm gonna look for people.
Okay, go ahead and make me one last perception check.
Advantage.
No,
I want to help.
you failed your last one. You're gonna help?
Goran.
If you're helping him, yes, advantage.
Yes, I'm
Excellent.
helping. I'm coming with you, by the way. That's okay.
How do you feel about a 26?
A 26. Looking around, you don't necessarily see anything immediately standing out. The forest itself is calm. The wind is still blowing and breezing. It's a very, very strong chill that hits you as soon as you exit the chamber. As you're kind of looking around, trying to identify if there's anyone or anything hiding, nothing that immediately makes its way, like nothing that makes itself apparent to you. Though with Oxide telling you what you heard, actually, because he did share that, I forgot about that. Oxide finally sharing that does help with this. It's possible that those glowing eyes were one of the hunters.
Oh, that's good. That's real good.
It's unclear if they noticed you, but they know somebody's here. But they're not around right now.
Great.
I think we should go back and tell the others.
Yep.
Back to the boat.
I
I think I'll leave the Thieves Guild as well, or at least this cove, because there's nothing here, like no doors and everything. That was it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was
I
a
think
hideout.
it's best that we tell the boat to fuck off further,
Alright.
and we
Because
can
the
gas
other
motor.
next,
That's the only other location that we really have would be the Druid's Grove.
yeah.
Let's go.
But with the hunter, at least I believe you're sharing this with me as well.
Yeah.
With a hunter on our back, aren't we endangering the druid camp by then?
Yeah, we would be. We just figured a way to get there safely.
All right.
Let me just check if I have a spell slot available.
Sure.
Yeah, we can do it without endangering them.
All right.
Hey, so how likely is it that I touched a tree while I was, doing druid things?
You know that you would not be able to directly get to the Druid Cove, but you could absolutely get near it and walk the rest of the way there. I only say that because the druids themselves typically tend to ward off spells that they want to stay secluded, and they're typically secluded for reasons, you know. But it is very possible for you to find them by teleporting to a tree nearby and making your way inside there. You'll be putting yourself more on the side of I've already forgotten the name. There it is. Devil-Lee. Devil-Lee. You're putting yourself more on that side and pretty much on the other side of the island, as far as like where you are. But it's easy enough.
Right. What should we do with the boat if we're crossing country or continent, pretty much? Like, should they just dock and have I forgot his name. Was on the boat.
Peterson?
Peterson, thank you. Just, I don't know, hang out, gamble, be a merchant. Because the boat can't stay at water, like, forever. And this is definitely not the spot to dock.
Yeah.
I know.
We probably should, we need to find somewhere safe. I think going in the general direction of Devil Eye is probably going to be your safest bet.
For the group, you mean? By foot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But the boat, should that be docked in a, I don't know,
Yeah.
public place? I think so, because they can't survive on water for days. And I believe that will be gone for a while.
Yeah. I think we should definitely head towards Devil Eye.
Right. Then, should I send to Peterson to get the crew at a dock closest somewhere? Have fun.
They should be fine for a little while. We were prepared to leave the boat out of port for a long time.
How long, DM?
You guys have food for about, I think it was like 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh,
You spent a little longer than a week getting here, so you guys have time.
Okay, good to know. Then when it's time, then I'll send to the crew. But for now, is close to the Pirate Cove, or at least the Thieves Cove, great idea?
I think we should definitely send the boat north towards
Okay.
Devil Eye.
All right, then I'll send, using my book, to Peterson. Send the boat north to Devil Eye. Hang tight. You'll hear from us.
You do get a response back that says, "North is ocean. Do you mean circle the island? Because we were already going to do that. We can go farther."
Yeah, I think that's
Is
probably
there-
going to be.
Yeah, just circling. Because then, yeah, standing still is kind of suspicious as well. Yeah.
Okay, so they're already in the middle of. You see, like, as the message is received, Peterson's wasting no time, making sure that things are on the move.
Okay, great.
Excellent.
Whether it's competence or impatience, you're not exactly sure, but he's moving.
I like both. All right. Playing
I
a
think
tree?
we should head west. So, of course, we're whispering this.
Sure.
We should. The gas motor ass us out of here. Head west towards the ocean, over the horizon, and then wrap around to Devil Eye.
On the foot?
Well, the whole other
No.
side of the continent is Devil Eye. Like,
Yeah.
half of it's Devil Eye, the other half is Tyrannian. And you guys are literally, like, right on the border, so what are you doing?
I think. Fuck. I
Can
don't
we
know.
windwalk somewhere, or
Yeah,
use
that's what I'm
trees?
saying. we gas mode our way out of.
Oh, gas mode. Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if Arya did it last time or you.
You guys still have it.
Yeah.
We still have it. It lasts
So
for
that-
8 hours. It's a broken spell.
Seems
Um,
like it. Yeah. So get us there.
Yeah. Just follow me. We'll head west, and then we're gonna head. Then we're to wrap north.
Yeah, so-
Once we're over the horizon, can't really be tracked,
Okay. So,
at least visually.
you guys take on your mist form and begin to fly upward over the tree line to get a better view of the island. As you fly up and away, each of you slowly following the lead gas form of Goran. Goran, what's the plan exactly? Are you circling around, or are you just going straight
Yeah,
to...
I want to go over the horizon so we can't be tracked visually, and then
Gotcha, so you're just going north and literally circling the island.
yeah, basically.
Okay, gotcha.
And then I want to go. Would Devil Eye be safe? Do I know? For the
No.
most part.
You know that there's nowhere on this continent really, like, realistically safe. Typically because, you know, the two sides pretty much hate each other. They're, like, it's easy enough if you wanted to attempt to disguise yourselves as citizens. The only issues you would ever really have on either side of this are the Goliath and the Tieflings. Everybody else would pretty much fit in. Even Kadrith would remotely fit in as, like, a really sickly-looking elf. But Astaroth, Zalin, and Illiken are, like, your three biggest problems.
How do they feel about other races? They would stick out, but
I mean, the fact they would stick out would tell them that you're foreign. Everybody's clothing design would tell everybody that you're foreign. And typically foreigners are what are not liked. There's no real, like, you know, immediate racism. That's not something that's inherent in this area.
They don't
Neither
hate
Tyrannian
you
nor
'cause
Devil
you're
Eye.
black. They hate
But
you
it's
'cause
the
you're from
fact-
the South.
It's the fact that you're foreign that would give you away.
fun.
Where can we get with the time that we got gas for?
All the way over to the other half of the island after circling, getting over the horizon. Worst case scenario, like,
Okay.
you have time.
Yeah.
Is
So
there a
next-
small town, perhaps, that I know of in the area?
Possibly.
To do what?
It's like, when I say possibly, I mean you might be able to find like a small farming village either outside of the two capitals or outside of the like caves themselves for the mining crews that are there. But otherwise, you're not gonna find like actual like small cities. What cities are there that you see are the only cities because they are walled. They are what can be protected. Everything outside of that is either groups of people that are mining and are protected by loads of guards, or people trying their best to brave the conditions of the land itself. I guess something I should...
It's frozen, right?
It's not because it's frozen, no, it's the wildlife. It's the fact there are a lot of dangerous creatures within these forests. Goran would be able to tell you that the werewolf accident or incident that happened back in Stolshi, you know, way back when, probably originated from the
that.
person coming here. Werewolves exist here. Werewolves are relatively common knowledge. Not their whereabouts or what's known about them, but the fact that they exist is common knowledge.
That's amazing.
Here, as in.
This
Where?
continent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kylen-Jaal.
Of Sidore.
No, Sidori? How you say?
Yeah, this
I
is
got it. Here you
Sidori.
go.
The
Sidori.
continent of Sidore. Alright, but the way we're going now is dropping and going the rest on foot to the druid camp, right?
I
Or a
think
safe
so.
place.
Goran, where are you
No.
leading them?
I think we're better off trying to find somewhere to bed down in Devil Eye.
Okay. So,
It's not 100% safe, but
So you fly northward, breaking the horizon, as you put it, and circle around the mountainside before eventually finding your way. I'm assuming probably to. Are you looking to go to that capital of north, or are you looking to go to the far right?
I I think going to that
Or are you wanting the city outside the caves?
I think the city outside the caves.
Okay. I say city, it's more like a small village, but yeah. You are aware that it will be heavily guarded, but
Actually, no.
otherwise...
Oh, can I change my mind? Can we go to
You're leading the pack, so...
Fafnor?
Fafnor, alright. You guys find yourselves misformed, circling pretty much the entirety of the island before eventually coming across a city. It's pretty square in how it looks, though you can see that the city itself has like a it has relatively tall walls around its outside borders. A couple things such as horse stables outside, though even those are somewhat fenced or walled in with guards on turrets around the walls itself. You do see that there is an open gate, though the city itself, while well lit, is still dimly lit. You don't notice much beyond the gate itself being opened and watched by guards and further turrets. The city itself, you can see there are plenty of buildings to kind of find your way into and unmist form in your usual, like, find an alley and undo kind of way. It's easy enough to accomplish.
Where are we, Goran?
You're in mist form.
Oh, where?
We are in Fafnor, the city in my drawing that is
All right.
far right.
And why did you bring us here?
Wait, here, before we
Because-
do this, are you mist forming outside or inside the city? I'm assuming inside in the alleyway, because that's your guys' usual MO. Okay. Okay, so you find an alleyway, unmist form, and now go ahead.
Nice. The city's a nice place. It's a good location, pretty beautiful. There's definitely stuff that's well, there's a lot to do around here.
But not safely. At least I look in Cadrith. Oh well, not Cadrith, but
Oh, Spot would be the other one that would have issues hiding.
Yeah. It's a fairly well protected location, but being
True.
where it is, it should be acceptable, at least for tonight. But we should stay on the move and keep looking around. There's probably more to do elsewhere.
Okay.
I just want to make one thing clear. You're leading the pack right now. This is your territory. This is your responsibility as well. We trust you.
Trust me. Yeah. Trust me, I very much understand that.
Alright. Tune in, then.
Are you guys putting on any disguises, or are you going out as yourselves?
I'm gonna put on disguises. I think we should all should.
I don't think I have much to hide, but I have a cap.
Please disguise me, somebody.
What is Deviline known for? Like, at least what is the city known for?
So, Devil Eye is not the city. Fafnor.
No,
is a-
I know. but
Okay. So
I'm
Devil
looking for
Eye.
both.
Are you looking for the country or the city?
The city.
The city. So
Well-
Fafnor. Fafnor is mostly civilian population. There is heavier like people here that there's a heavier like military presence on the side of like guarding civilian life. Beyond that, there are quite a few like areas where nobles typically take care of things. But aside from the city itself, it's mostly just civilian population. There are markets where food and trade can be had. But you are aware that while there is a governing leadership in the capital, like, each city on its own kind of runs similarly to, like, the, like, the Fulkeen house. Like, their noble houses are what govern the cities independently. Though they do still fall underneath the country's banner. It's a relatively blurry line between politics and nobility, and that's just throughout both countries separately or independently. But as far as like what else there is to do here, there's drinking, there's gambling. It's a civilian town.
What is it
It's
called again?
just it's called
Fafnor.
Fafnor.
I'm looking more
Fafnor.
for an excuse as to why a bunch of foreigners would be here.
Can you put that in
Well,
the chat?
Why
Your,
would
the campaign
people
your
come?
guess is as good as mine.
Okay.
Like, as
Um,
far as why would foreigners be here? Because maybe they're in talks with nobility. Maybe they're working on identifying some sort of trade, or maybe they are slave workers that are. It depends. Like,
Okay. What does the city sell?
so
Main trade.
the city's main trade it's not really a trade. Like.
Hmm.
Most of what this city would actually be known for is that this is where a lot of the civilian population is, and it's a very like. Typically, you get a lot of people who go into the military from this city, and typically you probably have people who are put into slave trade coming from the city as well. This is like the trade would be labor, if you would, like that is what they trade in.
Okay.
Would it
They
be
use money as
possible
well,
to
eh?
buy a cloak and a mask so I don't have to keep asking someone to disguise me?
Yeah, you'd have to go
Nah,
into
I
a
can
store
give
to
you
do
one,
that,
yeah.
but yeah, you could absolutely do that.
I'd probably just like hand someone else who's less conspicuous money, say I'll wait right here, and then just wait for them to come back.
Fine. I go. Is there a store open nearby?
Yes, you know that in this city, typically a lot of the shops are open like pretty much 24/7.
Sick.
As you walk out into the actual like streets as well, those of you who are there and can see buildings that are typically of like 4 or 5 stories high, with the top story on each of these buildings extending out just a little bit farther and typically well lit. You get the sense like where there are merchant houses here, those that live above them are typically those that own them, and those that live above them would probably be who own them. It's a really strange kind of Russian nesting dolls like formation of the building,
Hierarchies of
but
authority.
Yeah.
there are like nearing this like the further inward towards the city you go, the taller the buildings can get, and there you'll find typically like some towers of nobility or even mansions within like the center of the city. You do find a market that is open, lighting the shop itself, and there are different like clothes and cloaks that adorn the walls, as well as different stands within the center of the building itself.
Sweet, I'm gonna give Gorian 5 gold and say, please get me a disguise.
You don't have to give me money, man.
I do it
I'm
anyway.
probably the most loaded out of all of us, except for Starry.
Star's like,
That's
hold on, no,
true.
never mind.
Yeah, you finished my
Almost
sentence.
forget
Thank
how
you.
rich some of the players are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as far as
Probably.
like, if you're looking for like masks to wear, you could absolutely find masks to wear. Typically you'll find these wooden masks that typically have like depictions of either demon faces or sometimes wolf faces, or
We go
sometimes
ironic and get the demon face one.
I know which one he wants.
yeah,
the
yeah,
music
that's
shop.
not. You guys have known each other for long enough. I'll allow it.
It's no surprise what he would want.
Are you guys getting a mask for Astaroth, or are you telling her to use her changeling powers?
I think for Astaroth changeling powers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Changeling powers would be more efficient.
Didn't she also say that it can be a little finicky?
Well, you watch as she kind of uses her changeling powers and changes into a human. You see a kind of a masculine, a little bit darker skinned human that's short hair, kind of like almost like a what's coming up as like a 5 o'clock shadow that puts up, and you see like in the armor, it's weird to look at, but it's the exact same physical like manipulation of the body. So she still fits into her armor, but she is a different face, a different body, skin tone, everything.
That's believable by the public, right? Or at least.
The armor's a bit of a dead giveaway, but yeah. You see her voice is different too.
So long as nobody looks directly at you, it should be fine.
The voice is hard to keep up, so I won't speak much.
It's fine. Alright. Should we go for an... Yeah.
So
What time,
yeah.
time of day is it?
they would probably be closer to. I
We
mean,
left at
like
night.
you say it again.
We left at night, so
Left the
both
Sure.
at night.
yeah. Yeah, it's still late at night. I'm just trying to figure out like how much time you guys have wasted. It's probably not. I say wasted. It's probably not like. It's not much different in time. You've probably spent about the last 2 hours doing everything, including travel. So this is probably somewhere closer to like maybe 9, almost 10. Like if you had to give a rough estimate, like it's
So
later
it's
in the
not-
night. It's just
so-
not.
but it's not weird for us to come knocking in like we look for lodgings.
The
and stuff
city is on 24/7. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true, but it's more inconspicuous.
Now the question is, how do you hide the giant?
She's the muscle. She's protection.
So
Okay, okay, so I'll be a bodyguard. I'll change my clothes to dress a little bit more of like a bodyguard than a cleric.
Okay. So
You
Zalin's
just
got
have to
the.
constantly flex every muscle so you look bigger.
Yeah.
That's not that hard for her to do. She already is bigger than everything.
is
Yeah.
slave trade also a thing here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that an option?
We could try to pass you off as a
Personally, I
slave.
would not want to call Illican a slave. I'd rather call her a hired guard. But
Oh, it's more. At least I
That's
would
just
think
personal.
it's more convincing, but that's all up to you, Illica.
Goran, did you buy a mask for yourself too?
I mean, whatever's most convincing.
the wolf.
Okay. Oh, the wolf. Okay. That makes sense. The devil's got the demon mask. The werewolf has the wolf mask.
You could say I'm
Perfect.
contracted help.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm gonna
Alright.
get. Actually, I'm gonna get everyone a mask.
Okay. So, alright, I'm assuming you're wanting like masks that kind of resemble each of what they do.
mhm.
So you have the. We'll say it's a mask, the mask of like a probably a strong ox for Illican, makes sense. God, I didn't think about this that far. You'd probably have something like something feline for for Arya and for Caroline. You'd probably have
I
something
was thinking more so like, you know, the smile mask for Caroline, like, you know.
like what is it? Oh
The
shit.
theatrical mask?
Yeah, one of those theatrical masks.
Yeah, the smiling
With,
one
like,
and the
the smile.
frowning one. Yeah, I forget what
Yeah.
they're called.
Yeah.
Oh, comedy and tragedy.
Yeah, comedy and
Yeah.
tragedy.
Are you getting like her one of each, or are you?
One of each. Up
Okay.
to her.
I mean, you.
That's a magic mask.
She
Keep switching
can
between
wear
the two.
one. Catherine wears the other.
That's fair. That's fair.
Star's probably got some like really weird like clown-like design on his, like a face
I
that's
gotta.
distorted. Illusions.
Yep.
Okay, everybody's got a mask. You guys can determine what they look like. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you what they are.
I have octopus,
Nice.
I guess.
I'm gonna make
An
sure everyone
octopus.
has a cloak.
You're also gonna get a cloak.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't have one already.
Gotcha. Okay. Easy enough.
How much do I owe the?
Let's see. There's how many of you? 10 of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 people missing, 5 people here. So 10. Plus how many cloaks?
I got one already.
I'm gonna get 5 just to be safe.
Okay, 5 cloaks. We'll go ahead and call that 4 gold.
4 gold. How will I afford this?
That's a question
Oh,
for me.
really-
Fuck
how
off.
really-
With the
It's
5 golds
some li-
Alan paid you.
Oh, it's just
Some lives
so
are
No, I
poor.
didn't take his money.
expensive.
He said he gave
I'm
it
not
to you
taking
anyway.
his money.
He doesn't care.
Brother. That's 1/10 of my gold.
Sounds like
I
you got
give
a
him
problem.
money, he walks
Money.
in, pays less than the amount of money I gave him, walks back, gives me my money back. It's like, what was the point?
Yeah, what was the point? I have money, dude. I give everyone the masks they want.
I would like to look for the most shabby inn, or at least place to call it a night. Inconspicuous people who don't
There's a
talk too
place in a
much.
dark corner called
Yep.
Stuff It In.
Go ahead and make me a.
Okay.
Go ahead and. God damn it, Nolan. Make me a wisdom fucking investigation check.
Sure. Natural 19 for a, if I remember correctly, 22. Let me check. Investigation. Oh no. 24.
24. Easy enough to find. You can. It's your choice, like what the quality of place you're wanting to stay is. The further in to the center of the city you get, the more expensive things are, but the better things are as well.
I'll take shabby.
Take shabby. So somewhere like closer in like the nearing the edge of the town, you can see where there's people that live around the outskirts of the like area of nobility or the markets even, where people have almost like hostile living situations in some cases. You do find an actual hotel that you'd be able to stay at or an inn, where there's not much here, and it looks like there's probably like the building itself probably has at most 4 rooms. But as you kind of make your way in, and the individual that's there right before the stairs looks up at you. Oh, hello. What might I do for you?
You have any rooms available?
Yes, sir, we do. Is it for the majority?
Ideally for all of us.
Right. Well, are you wanting all of the rooms for the 10 of you?
Yes, probably.
Right.
Are you all right?
I'm, yes, sir. Fine. That would be, make an insight check.
What's the name of the inn, by the way?
12.
12. You get the sense that he doesn't, like, he's okay. He's extremely nervous. And it takes you a second before you eventually realize, like, the reason, like, most people would wear masks out in public is because they don't want their faces known. And it's either really shady work or nobility.
What's nobility mean?
I'm
People of high power, royalty.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Lords.
Yeah.
Nobility.
Yeah. Lords and ladies, things like that.
What's the?
And you
what's the
guys all
name of
have
the inn
armor
again?
and weapons and shit, so you still kind of stick out a little bit.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, we do have nobles here, don't we?
You have like 3 or 4, yeah.
So it's not like we're pretending to be nobles. There are nobles.
Well,
Yeah.
listen, you 3 are pretending to be nobles because you have no connection to your home or your home doesn't exist anymore.
That's true.
Yeah.
Be fine.
Regardless.
What's the name of the inn?
Right. I don't fucking know.
It's a Wotel 6.
You should.
What did you just say?
A Wotel 6. It's a wagon hotel for 6 copper a night.
Write that down. I'm saving that for later. Put that in the fucking note somewhere, or the chat.
Shit.
No, it's there. It's not really like a named. It's just an inn. It just has the inn tag on it. Like it's not special. But
Ye old inn. Yeah. there we
sure.
go. Yeah.
As you guys are, as you know, he's grabbing the 4 keys to the rooms upstairs. He chimes in. Right. The 4 rooms. It'd be 12 gold.
And that's we're looking to keep them for a few days.
How many?
Let's say 3 or 4.
Okay.
Does 40 gold sound fair?
Huh? I mean, go ahead. Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
$25.
25. But typically,
45.
yes. No, the 40 gold. Yes, that will suffice. Yeah.
I give him 4 platinum.
He takes it and looks at it and, oh, okay. And he puts it in he puts it away and hands the 4 keys off to you.
I'm gonna give him a few gold. And this is for you. Let's
How much?
keep this 4 gold.
Okay.
Actually, 5 gold. And this is for you. Let's keep our presence between us.
Yes, sir. And he takes it.
Thank you.
Right, follow me. And he takes you up the stairs. You can see that on the first floor there are 2 doors that lead, that are in this area. He says that points that 2 of the keys are for these 2, and then upstairs are the next 2. You can see the top loft is probably where he lives, though this is like one of the few buildings where the top loft is a lot smaller than underneath. Right, here's that for you. You should be good to go for the night. If you need anything, I will be just upstairs or at the first floor. Just ask or knock. We'll be there. Hope you have a good night, a nice restful night, and take
We
care.
will be there.
And he, you see, after the stuttering and the stammering, he makes his way back downstairs and begins to turn off the lights since he's sold out of rooms.
Was it we will be there or I will be there? Because I understood we.
He said we as it will be there.
Considering the amount of money we just gave this man and what he thinks we are, he's probably going to make sure we have a very nice stay.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Very
call the
quiet
police,
and
call
peaceful
the authorities.
stay,
I don't know.
hopefully.
We're nobility right now. If he calls the cops, he's fucked.
Yeah, but we could be
Like-
the wrong kind of nobility.
Be the wrong kind of nobility, but it's better to look the other way when you've been given that much money.
Yeah.
You have to understand that
He has a financial obligation not to call the cops.
that is more money than he probably makes in a year that we just handed him. Or maybe like 6 months. But
Like, 80 gold is about a week's worth, if not more, of pay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's fine.
for the average person.
How many persons per room?
That's up to you guys. You can arguably
10
within these
divided by
rooms.
4.
Like
Within these
beds
rooms,
per
you
room.
could probably comfortably there is in each room a single bed. You could comfortably with like sacks and beds and blankets and things like that. You could comfortably fit like 3. Stretching would be 4. Illican takes up most of the space in a room. Not literally like most of it, but like there's some room in each of these rooms. Like each floor is divided into a hallway and 2 rooms.
All right.
So like you guys are
Should
set.
have space to put up the tent in one of these rooms? Like, is there a bigger room?
The torch tent?
Yeah.
It would not
5
the
by
ceiling,
5.
unfortunately. No, not with the ceiling.
Aw, damn.
Are
But you
they
could do
all-
Liamon's
yeah.
tiny hut,
Ah, yeah.
which both
that would be-
Illikin and Starry can do.
Yeah,
So we
if you guys want
pay
to
for
put that
4
up
rooms.
in one
Why
of the
should we
rooms.
use the 4 room?
This is just to have a little bit more space. It'd be a little cramped with all of us, but comfortable.
Alright. Was there any consumables downstairs at the innkeeper? Did he have anything like a bar or just a place to sit down?
No.
is it just
This is
rooms?
this is typically like a rest area. Like this is where you're sleeping for the night. It's not where you do anything else.
Gotcha.
Well,
All right.
If we're all set up, we could always step out, get a drink.
Yeah, and of course you, Goran, you are well aware as well. Like typically, like taverns and bars are always open, and you can easily find a restaurant that's probably open as well. Like there's usually business open every hour of the night.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I don't think dividing the rooms is important, but I would like to see for escape entrances or windows. How are the streets like outside of the windows?
There is a single window in each of the rooms. That's at the front face of each of the building.
Okay.
Beyond that, the actual stairway is the entire back face of the building. There are 2 windows on the stairway that are like midway between floors 2 and 3. So you could potentially between floors 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 are the 2 windows there.
And those go to a side alley?
Those
or
go
something,
to
or
the back
those go to
alleyway.
front? The back alleyway. Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Great.
There is also some space under the stairs that you guys can't access. You're unsure of what is there, but it's probably a private room for
fair
downstairs. But other than that, like you can go upstairs, and then that's your 4 rooms.
Okay.
Is there anything you guys would like to do before you complete your long rest, or before the night is had?
I don't think
Anyone?
there's anything I want to do personally.
Okay.
Actually,
I
can I
would
check the
like-
room for traps or for anything like that?
Investigation check. Go for it.
17.
17. Your room is not trapped.
Nice.
Um,
Thank you.
I would like to go out, get some fresh air,
Appreciate it. Okay.
recon a bit about the town. If we're staying here a couple of days, I'd like to know
Okay.
who's chilling where.
So, well, that depends on who wants what room. There's rooms 1 and 2 on the bottom floor, and 3 and 4 on the top. Like, it's what you
Let's
guys.
take the bottom floor, then I won't wake anybody up when I return.
Okay.
I'll do top floor.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the second floor
Okay.
just to be able to head things off.
That was what I named bottom floor, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you guys are just kind of interspersed. It doesn't necessarily matter yet. It just depends on who wants to be in what room. Like, when Oxide has a dream, who wants to be in Oxide's room when that time happens, and it's probably going to be like 1 or 2 other people. All right. So Oxide, you're like stepping out of the building and going into like for the outside.
I would love to just go through some alleyways, like get a scope of the town, as well as go into a bar, listen to some people. Just mostly recon. Doesn't have to be all detailed, but just
Okay.
kind of getting to know where we are, what our positions are, and what the story is about.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and make me a general perception check.
Natural 15 plus 8 is 23.
23. Okay. You're pretty perceptive and know like relatively like where to go as you kind of wander the streets. You're not losing yourself. And it's a pretty nice thing. You don't need to sleep. Just being able to wander the streets while everybody else rests and trying to keep yourself as occupied as possible. Listening in on conversations, things like that. You begin to see like as there's some conversation had in a tavern, probably about and I'll say that for the sake of blending in, you'll probably end up spending about maybe 5 silver. Just
Sure.
have a glass in your hand, or have a meal in front of you, or something light, just so you don't look like completely out of place. You do hear some conversation, and it would probably be on simple everyday lives about where they're working, or what people they are or who they miss. Nothing that you would immediately get just from the night that you're out on the street. At least nothing of direct importance. But something you do hear is what sounds like strange, like a whispering, that catches your attention away from what you're focused on, just every once in a while.
Would that be about
kind of
me
strange
or just?
You go to find where the whispering's coming from. There's nobody else around you, or there's nothing else there.
Is it coming from a constant direction leading me somewhere?
Not
It's just
necessarily leading you
somewhere.
somewhere, but something that's creeping up on you.
Alright.
But every time you check behind you or look around, there's nothing. So you
alright,
just look paranoid.
fair enough. I'll Can I use my long rest just wandering around?
Yeah, you can.
Or do it just need to be dormant? Okay.
No,
great.
you don't need to sleep, which means if you don't need to recharge any of your stats or abilities or spells or anything like that, you don't need sleep. You're like a warforged. You just kind of wander.
Yeah, that's fair. That's just what I want to do. I'll be paranoid for the night.
Easy
Be
enough to do.
Back before I wake up, before everyone wakes up as well.
However, you feel yourself as you enter an alleyway to kind of get around larger groups of people that you don't feel like you'd fit into, or even if you're just using the alleys to cut between the buildings, this would probably happen on your way back to the actual inn you guys are staying at, where suddenly the whispers begin to get louder. And you turn around and see a shadowed figure that you can't really discern, that just kind of reaches out and grabs you.
I'll smile.
In this instance, you feel your eyes kind of roll back into the back of your head. And you begin to have what feels like one of those dreams that is attempting to drown you.
Alright.
You feel a directionless pull that feels like it's pulling you just away from your body, away from yourself. Something that's just trying to control you. And eventually, you feel it suddenly cut away. You wake up, and the day has already come. Brighter than you remember it. You're unsure of what happened or how long you were out. And the only thing beside you is the Book of Shadows.
I'll quickly scroll through it.
You see everybody's name is gone except Eldasariah. And you see that as you're looking at it, it glows, and you hear his voice in the back of your head. Are you okay?
I think I am.
I don't think you are. I don't know what entity has its grasp on you, but whatever it is, it's dangerous. And it's
I know.
trying to escape regardless of whatever you're attempting, whatever you want to happen. We need to talk soon.
Alright.
And the paper where his page was written, where his name is written in. Like very like it's there imprinted, but the glowing of it dies away.
All right.
His name's the only one
Mm.
that remains.
Fuck. All right. On both.
On just the one where he can communicate.
Okay, but there are no names on the communication
Mm-hmm.
side. Okay, but still names on the
there's-
other.
No.
No other names. Okay.
As you pick up the book
yeah.
and begin to kind of walk away, you step in a puddle. And you look back, and it just is a puddle of water from where you were laying.
Yeah.
Everything else is frozen over.
All right. I'll hurry
Is that
back to
so?
the crew.
Okay.
Do I notice him come back?
Those of you who are waking up finally eventually wake up. And yes, whoever was in the room with Oxide beforehand, he's not there when you wake up, and eventually makes his way back into the room.
You doing alright, man?
Just had a conversation with Aldo.
Oh.
There are some things going on. And to be truthfully honest, I don't know how much time we have left. Let's say that.
We or you?
I think all of us. I'm just deciding on which side I'm on.
Hard thing to decide.
Sure is.
Okay. With
Let's get
that,
this over with.
everybody wakes up, long rested for the night. What would you like to do?
Was there a Thieves Guild area located in the city that I know of?
Yes. You do know that there is a kind of like sewers system under the city. And you know that typically the Thieves Guild here would hang out under there. Though where they are is typically like closer to the outskirts of the actual city.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're gonna look for them, they're gonna be there.
Okay. I'll look for them.
And yeah, you taking the rest of your party with you?
Um,
I'm assuming everybody's going.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I don't see a reason why not to.
Okay. So as you
I
guys,
really want to punch someone though.
you want to punch someone?
So bring me to a fight.
Nah, ideally not. But if it comes to it, it comes to it.
So, you guys make your way around the city, finding one of the back alley sewers that you can see has a lock on there. Goran, you, having opened this before, take the lockpick of yours and you kind of like shimmy it around in there and find like one of the specific pins that you push up past the shear line, and it pulls everything out of the way, so you can just turn it easily enough.
Mm-hmm.
The lock comes undone, and the grate can be lifted open. There is one slight issue. The size of Illiken. You can fit in there, but it's a really tight squeeze.
I don't mind waiting
Mm.
outside with Elikin,
Okay.
if that's alright with Elikin and Goran as well. Just like the bodyguards that we portray to be.
Illiken, are you there?
No objections to that.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure. So, you
What's up?
you don't fit in the hole. I mean, you can definitely try to squeeze down there, but just like if you ever had to escape, don't expect to escape very quickly.
And I have to wait outside with you.
Yeah, or you can wait outside. It's your choice.
I'll just have to wait outside.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Oxide, Illican, and we'll say I'll say the people that
That's
aren't
decent.
here are also gonna wait outside, but I'll have Caroline and Spot go inside with you guys since they
Okay.
might show up. Solid maybe, since it's been 2 hours.
Yeah.
Sorry, please call one of them, please. Just again.
I'll do it again.
So Goran, you with your half the party make your way into the sewers and begin to kind of look around. It's dark and Spot has a hard time seeing in there. But being able to grab onto somebody and following them that way is easy enough for him to do, so he doesn't get lost. You can see that
Ew.
there is a really light flow of water, and you know that if you're going to find the Thieves Guild, you should head upstream. And so you do. I'm assuming you're moving stealthily.
Yep.
So,
I'm gonna roll a stealth check.
yep, the three of you
Heads
roll
up.
me stealth checks. Sorry, that includes you, Starry.
How do you feel about a 25? Oh, and hood's up, by the way, for me.
Starry, stealth check. Zalon, stealth check.
They were eating dinner. I'll do stealth check.
Hmm.
All right. I'll do it on alchemy. Skill.
11.
Delve. There we go. Roll.
That rolling looks a lot nicer. I like that. Did
That's
anybody
very
else
nice.
see how it rolled? It's not just the digits scrolling down into your number now. That's awesome.
It's a little rolling thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Oh,
19. 19.
Can I cast Pass Without a Trace?
You may.
Awesome. Everyone gets a +10.
Oh, neat. 21.
21, 29, and then what was Goran's again?
35.
35. Solid. And then Caroline and Spot will get later. So as you guys make your way down, you head up to probably an intersection. This would be an intersection in the sewer itself, where two streams of water that flow downwards towards you break off into two separate streams that flow away from this point. Make me a This would be a history check.
Advantage, no.
No.
I got a +4. Anyone else?
It's Goran.
12.
12. Okay. You recall a kind of like a saying or a phrase that naturally means nothing, like as it were, but translated out of Thieves' Cant can tell you that it probably goes to the left. You're pretty certain.
Can I smell anyone?
Go ahead and make a perception
You
check.
smell your whole party.
I farted outside.
I cannot. I rolled a 12.
You smell the ass of a
Goran,
dwarf.
It's not washed in 3 days. Okay.
Nice.
Did Goran find a note?
I remembered saying. But I believe we have to go to the left.
So, walking to the left, you eventually find your way, coming up at a slight incline plane before eventually reaching what looks like a tunnel that the water comes from as it turns from like the right turns and heads downstream, though that passageway is blocked off, and before you is a set of stairs that leads downwards.
I'm going to stealth my way down the stairs.
Okay. With the party following behind, you eventually come across what looks like, or what sounds like to you initially, voices talking. And as they make their way through this chamber, you can see torchlight ahead, and kind of ordering everybody to quiet down.
They wouldn't be able to perceive us.
Well,
Because we'd just be whispering and taking steps.
correct, but you are still visible, especially that
okay.
that fucking walking suit of armor. But you watch as they kind of pass and look, like they take the torchlight and look down each of the other halls. They do not seem to notice you, and they keep walking forward. They are armed guards.
Of the Thieves Guild or the city?
The city. Which you know is not uncommon for them here, but still unnerving to see. You then push forward into that intersection. And you know, and I will tell you this as well, because of the guard's path here, you probably won't remember, based on your history check, the exact path, but you know the path the guards take. What path would you like to choose? Left,
Not the
straight,
guards.
or right?
Not the guards.
Straight.
So straight?
Is that what you said?
No, not the guards. Whatever.
Right.
What direction does the guards go?
The guards went to the right. They came from the left.
They came from the left. I'm gonna go straight.
Okay. You take your party straight, and as you make your way through the tunnel, you find what looks like a set of stairs that lead upward into nothingness. Like, leading upward slightly at a spiraled angle, and then there's just a slab, like a wall, that blocks your path.
Do I remember this?
You don't remember exactly what this is. Like, you're certain, like, if this is the path, it's a secret entrance, but there are multiple places like this that curl up into a wall, or curl down, or stairs that lead to nothing. They're relatively common here. So, if this is a pathway, you should be able to open it finding the secret button, essentially. Or series of buttons. Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Can I help?
You
I
may.
would appreciate the help, yeah. What's your investigation?
+4.
Do you want to do the investigation? I'll help you.
Nope. Go ahead, it's your investigation check. So he can do one separately, but you have to do it too.
Okay, I'm doing it with advantage. 15.
15. Okay. You feeling
Oh,
the
I also
wall.
have fine traps prepared.
Were you casting it?
Yeah, I think, yeah. I'm gonna cast fine traps as well.
Okay. So you throw the incantation out there and cast Find Traps. And immediately you see the ping of what looks like a space in the wall with an arrow that would shoot out into your ankle should you press the wrong buttons.
Excellent.
That tells you two things. First, yes, it's trapped. Second, this is probably the right place.
Nice.
That's fair.
Looking at this, though, this mechanism, you can see there are 3 stones that push inward. One is in the shape of a, it looks like it's in the shape of some kind of a flying bird, though the face it's weathered away a bit, and so it's a little hard to determine. The next looks like it's in the shape of a snake, and the last looks like it's in the shape of a rat.
Can I make a history check?
Sure.
$19.
19. You recall bits and pieces about, like, the guildmaster's personality and how he always had a lesson for every event, or there's always a lesson to be had in every kind of situation that you get yourself into. something to learn from your experience from, and more importantly, to respect those around you, or respect the laws around you, so long as you don't get caught. You'd reference that and remember that he specifically refers to the laws of nature. Looking at these 3 images, you can probably decipher that it's a food chain.
Bird eats snake, snake eats rat.
Shut up.
You just
yes.
need to know the order.
Probably. The bird.
Has anyone got a shield?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna put. Can I put like something in front of that trap?
You can make sure your ankle's not there.
Yeah.
Alright, start with either the bird or the rat.
Yeah.
Which one do you
bird.
press? What'd you say?
Bird.
Bird? The stone goes in and comes right back out.
Snake and rat.
Yeah. Snake then rat.
Yeah, you push the snake,
and rat.
comes right back out. You push the rat, it goes in. Click, ting, and the dart fires out of the mechanism.
God damn it.
Nice.
Otherwise,
Rat, snake, bird.
Yes, pushing those in that order. You watch as the stone that's right beside you, that wall where the stairs kind of just end. You see that the stone itself begins to shift a little bit and then turn on its side, so that it splits the entryway into 2, and you can just squeeze past either side of it, moving into the hallway below, or hallway where it is lit up by torchlight.
Nice.
You move in?
Head in.
All right. Each of you making your way inside. It's not but maybe 30 seconds afterwards that the stone begins to shift back into place and settle. With you guys inside and the hallway before you moving. You can see the torchlight itself is not lit by flame but magic. And you begin to, as you see the hallway itself where the torch is lit, you can see it curve down and away into a brighter area. You are in the Thieves Guild Hall. Or at least you're in the Thieves Guild area.
I'm gonna take my mask off. Actually, I'm gonna keep it on for now.
Mask stays on.
Yeah.
As you walk your way into it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll follow along.
All right. So, Goran, Starry, you two, as you make your way around the corner and begin to descend down the stairs, you can see that there are a number of people there in the middle of talking. There seems to be a little bit of water that runs through this small area, in the Thieves Guild's space, kind of dividing the room into half, though not into equal parts, and grates that cover where the water enters and leaves. You can see wooden bridges that allow you to step over into the other parts of them, though without railing, and the area itself seems to be broken up into relatively easy to see sections. You can see a table where there is currently an individual in the midst of frying something with what little fire is there. You look up and can see a vent that leads outward into the open, though it is relatively high. You can see that in this chamber there is an area where there seem to be boxes, chests, drawers, bookshelves, all these different kinds of places where things would sit that remain empty in one section of the room. And you can see what looks like another individual who's currently sitting at a desk, not paying attention to the area around him.
You okay?
Oh, I'm fine. I just threw chicken.
Nice.
I'm good. Looking at the area around, not looking at the area around him, but instead seems to be in the middle of writing something down in the book that he's got in front of him, which is a pretty massive book. You don't recognize that individual immediately, nor do you recognize most of the people that are in here. but it seems that they themselves are members of the Thieves Guild, and they're currently in the middle of not giving a shit about your, entry, except for one. You see what looks like someone who you don't immediately recognize either, but as you step down the stairs, you see a cloaked figure, a pair of ears kind of poking out of the hood itself. She has what looks like a dark cloak that's covering most of her body, except for what's, exposed of her arms, as she pulls the cloak aside to reveal daggers and looks to you. And now, why would you be caught here? Who are you?
Mask off.
You take the mask off. The moment you take your mask off, you can see her eyes kind of like
been a while.
surprise. Huh. And your friend is...
These are all friends of mine. Trustworthy.
Right. I honestly didn't expect you to come back to us. But welcome, I suppose. And she puts the dagger away and takes the hood off. I would be careful around here. You have some allies, but you have a few enemies too.
Yeah.
Maybe you should go speak to Javard. And she points you to the man looking and writing down things in the book.
Is this place safe?
For now. But if you are here, who knows for how long.
Yeah. Is there somewhere more private I can speak with him?
There is nowhere more private than the Thieves Guild. But even that is a waning thought.
Well, sorry about this whole mess.
I'm sure you are. But I understand it's not entirely your fault. We'll speak to him.
Do I know who this person was?
Javard? Javard is something that you're... It's a name that's familiar to you. He was never a leader of sorts. Like, somebody who ran the show, if you would. But the way she speaks of him, he's the boss. You get the sense that he's probably who's running the show, at least here. But it's kind of hard to tell, because of how secretly everything is being handled. The Tabaxi as well isn't necessarily somebody who's, your immediate friend, but she is clearly somebody who recognizes you.
We might have worked together.
Possibly. But I'm assuming you move over and go talk to Javard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
She bows. As you all make your way deeper into the chamber, crossing over the bridge to head to the man sitting at the desk, you see that those of you who are perceptive are now catching eyes around. Some of you wearing masks, one of you not, and some finding familiarity in that. As Goran, you walk up to the desk, you see the ink and quill finish writing off something, sat in the ink, and the book itself being pushed off to the side. What? Goran.
Javard.
You've got a lot to answer for.
I can imagine.
After everything we've done, why have you come back? You understand that your existence here puts everything at risk.
I only found out that it had been going sideways for you guys when we got back to the island.
You knew and yet you came.
I didn't know what was going on precisely. I kind of pieced things together when the old cove, that safe house was compromised.
How long ago?
Last night.
Last night. How are you here?
We have ways.
So you weren't followed.
Couldn't have been.
Make a persuasion check.
24.
24?
Yep. We also took measures to make sure we couldn't have been followed while we were making our way here either.
His expression
Matt.
changes from devastated to surprised and happy. You watch as a smile slowly creeps across his face. Well, then I suppose we can't turn away someone in need. Welcome back, Goran.
Thank you.
It's good to have you. But there's a lot you need to catch up on. And your welcome will not be universal. Who are your friends?
Well, after I left, I helped found a new organization. And, we ended up putting together a motley band of people, and, well,
If you don't mind,
they are.
would they please remove their masks? No offense, but if something does go wrong, I want to know the faces.
And names, I would imagine.
There, I'll remove my mask.
I gesture to everybody, to do so.
I do.
Caroline, Spot, you guys remove your masks that you didn't know you
I
had.
removed mine.
I'm still in Camellia though.
Easy enough. Illikin, you're not there. You couldn't fit down the hole.
Well, you could, but
We
you
are
just
waiting.
chose not to.
We are
And I
waiting
just
outside.
stand
Of
there as still as I possibly can, like an actual guard.
Yeah, but I'm next to you, together with a couple of people.
You guys, you could probably like be playing a game or some shit.
I would like
Yeah.
to address that sometime. I would cast sending through my book to see if they're all right, and then probably get a positive response. But just
To who?
I'd say to go. Yeah, I would.
It probably be safer to do
You
it
have
with me.
one name in your book now.
Yeah,
Oh.
but sending I can cast to anyone.
Sending, they need to write their name in the book on that page, don't they?
I will check. Okay, continue.
We could have probably. Never mind. Let's start with introductions. This be Caroline. Most of the time, she is the one in charge. Usually the final shot caller for things that we do.
Nice to meet you. Javard.
I
This
This
is
is-
my branch of the Thieves Guild, though we are few anymore. And your metallic friend here, does it have a name?
This would be Spot.
So it is a pet?
He's not a pet. He's a friend.
Right.
He is not just what one would consider a simple construct.
He shakes
He's as human as
a
any of
hand.
us.
I'll shake his hand, but I'll do it real hard so he knows I mean business.
He seems unaffected or at least unflinching.
Yeah, that's right.
He turns to the other two of you.
This would be Zalon.
Shake his hand.
Down and
Pleasure
I
to
go.
meet you.
Yeah. Then I go way back. He's one of the first friends I made when I was in Kylen-Jaal.
So if he
And,
makes a mistake, pointing at you, Goran. So if he makes a mistake, then I should just come to you and you should get him back?
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe that can work.
Uh, and then, this would be Starry.
He goes to shake
He
your
may
hand.
look young.
Yeah,
he may
yeah.
look
Let's keep this
young.
professional. Alex shouts.
Alec,
Alex.
you look skinny under the armor, but professional.
He may look young, but he is genuinely one of the smartest of us.
Well, welcome to the Thieves Guild hideout. It's not much. What brings you here, aside from needing to know information? Suppose you're not just here for that. Probably a favor, yeah?
Well, I have some friends I need to get to, but
Depends on where they are or if they're still alive.
yeah. We're looking for one, Adros Shieldheart. He's
Adros Shieldheart.
yeah.
Any takes
He's
a
a-
minute
is
to try
he-
to
he-
recall.
Mm-hmm.
The name doesn't ring a bell. I'm sorry.
That's all right. We are looking for him here. Other than that, that is our primary objective here.
We'll keep an ear to the ground. If we find him, we'll find you after. Or perhaps we can capture him. Is he a friend or foe?
He's a friend. He was treated well. He's capable, but well, he's a little like me. Needs to be managed a little bit better.
Reckless.
Not quite, but I'd imagine so.
Well, if he's anything like you, we'll have everything cut out for us.
Calm down.
Our work. That's the one.
Calm down.
So,
All's happened.
your father.
Yeah.
He found out that you were working with the Thieves Guild and took some time embedding units into our ranks. Tried to figure out where you were going, but didn't get far beyond you getting off the island. I don't know if he was able to find you, but I know that anybody who met him didn't live long enough to help.
Yeah. He did find me, Kylen-Jaal, and in the Arctic wastes when we went there.
I should warn you that you being here is incredibly dangerous. Just not for us, but for you too. Your father has made some powerful allies.
Yeah.
Nobody really knows what happened at the cove. There weren't any survivors. At least not those who didn't find their way back to him. Truth be told, there's only 3 locations left. I don't know what kind of help we're going to be for you, honestly. But we will try. Granted, I think that with our dwindling numbers, we don't have any capacity to do much. You
If there's
should know
anything we
that.
can do for you.
No, it's fine. Just wanted to warn you that not everybody left in the Thieves Guild is welcoming to you.
Mhm.
Most of us actually resent you for your actions. Well, participation. It couldn't be helped. But many don't see that.
Goran joined the Thieves Guild after all of that shit went down with his personal history.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
It's been...
go ahead.
There's no way to pay you back. There's no way to fix all this, but I do owe you all a great debt. One that can't exactly be paid, but if there's anything that we can do to help you.
Perhaps
We are extremely human.
we do have some things that require a certain expertise, but I think in due time we can come back to that. For now, you should rest. Get your bearings in the surrounding area. Be ready for anything. It's a lot, all of this, honestly. I worry. Why did you return?
Were you going to?
It was just for your friend. I mean, I don't know. I can't say that knowing your circumstance, I would ever return. This friend of yours must be deathly important.
It's very complicated. On one hand, this is a job that needs to be done for the purposes of the organization. It's
Well,
a mission that we must complete, and,
well, like I said, you should find your bearings. Gather some materials while you're in town for whatever travels you have left. Be wary of the forests. They seem to be more dangerous now than ever. Though I feel as though I do have one thing for you.
yes.
Information. There are a number of nobles within the city that are gathered for some event. Don't know the exact details, but it's possible that they know more than us. Should you wish to interrogate them, perhaps you could sneak your way inside. Do you know where the Opera House is?
Do I know where the Opera House is?
Yes.
I know, yes.
They're converting it into a, more open-spaced theater. Many of the nobles are going to be mingling there on the second floor. Want information? Find your way there. Perhaps interrogate and, dispose of.
Maybe this calls for more of a lighter touch. Then
Perhaps. But I'm not one to... I'm not one for optimism anymore. Yeah. Anyway. I have work that needs to be done. And I'm sure you're busy searching for your friend too. Tomorrow evening, their little coagulation will happen. I'd suggest you find your way in there. And if you come back with more information about potential snitches or intricate details with some of the more spiteful nobles, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Well, I'll make sure that's taken care of.
Stay safe.
You too.
Sorry we can't be more of a help. He turns and sits back down in his chair. Feel free to stay here as long as you need. Just make sure your trace is not known when you leave.
Thankfully, I do have some magic for that. Is there another exit that I could use? Or just the sewer system anywhere?
Sewer system's your best way out. I don't know which way you came in, but probably that one.
Okay.
And he
I have a
turns. What's that?
For him. In character. The guildmaster.
You see his expression change, and you get the understanding. He's dead.
Or sort of deeply defeated sort of look. Sorry.
Not one for goodbyes, so I'm going to get back to my work.
Thank you.
Stay safe, and maybe keep the mask on.
And I put the mask on.
Okay. So, you have a lead. And a lot of dark revelations. What would you like to do?
Are they filing out the sewers system right now?
Are you guys leaving the Thieves Guild?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that. Yeah.
I want to make sure Password Trace is still running.
It
should
is.
be.
Yes, it is. Easy enough to do. Sneaking your way back out. Yes, Oxide, they are filing one by one outside of the sewer grate.
Look like you had fun.
Yeah, you could say that. We have a lead.
Tell me.
Well, very long story short, my father has basically taken the Thieves Guild to pieces. There are 3 locations left, and I have a decent guess as to which ones. This being one of them. There's going to be a soiree for the nobles at the old Opera House. 2nd floor. They probably have some information about what's going on. We could probably use.
Alright, when?
Tomorrow night.
Let's prepare.
Yeah. I think this situation probably requires a bit of a lighter touch. I think this
What do you
is
mean by
going to go.
that?
Well, there are two options. The one that was presented to me by the Thieves Guild was interrogation and disposal. The other option, the one that is usually our MO, is sneaking in, gathering information where we can. If shit goes sideways, we can resort to violence, but I'd prefer to make friends rather than more enemies.
Right.
The Thieves
Are
Guild
you-
need to-
Are you in the power to make friends as yourself?
Maybe. I don't know. Goran is probably not welcome. Well, it would depend. It's a bit of a gamble. We have what's the word? If we are able to make friends,
Oh.
we should. There's the possibility that the nobles will want information on my father. The Devil Eye has always been staunchly against Turanian. Any jabs they can take at them, they will. Strategically, of course. Not necessarily outright war, because that isn't good for anyone, but you know.
Alright. Do you consider yourself a pawn in this? Of this information squabble? Or should we focus on different persona, different country, adversaries?
I think us. I think Blue and Black. Well, I'm not gonna call it Blue and Black. I think our organization should remain silent. We should come up with a new name. I have a suggestion, but Gore, I think, should be played closer to the chest. That isn't something I'd like to reveal, especially because everywhere has ears.
Alright. So, plan recon about the party, whereabouts, people, listings. What's the plan?
I think Caroline and I should be the ones to attend that party as guests.
Just you two?
Blue and Black should probably be nearby just in case shit goes sideways. Guard persons will be high.
Probably.
And Caroline and I are the only ones who could really pass, even with masks. It would be easy to find you out.
So is it a masked ball?
I don't know that. Do I know that?
You don't know.
Exactly. So I think that's the best part, or the most important part that we need to do first. Is just getting to know all the informations about the party, where entrances, exits, important people.
You guys heading to the opera house then?
Yeah.
I
Just
think
quick
that's the
recon.
best bet. Yeah.
Okay.
I can probably get Gecko to fly around and I can look through his eyes and we'll see what's up.
Probably a good idea.
Okay. So, walking through the city, making your way around, you do still catch some looks from strange people, or people that look at you as strange. But nevertheless, you make your way through the city and find your way to what looks like the Opera House, where you can see some of the more tall buildings, you know, some are in the upper ends of like 7, 8 stories high sometimes. The Opera House itself, being one of the taller buildings here, doesn't exactly follow the same structure and is separated from some of the other like actual buildings surrounding it. And there you can see a massive like entryway doorway that leads inside, though the doors themselves are closed and are blocked off by what looks like a almost like a really elegant kind of red rope.
Like that, it's just like opening.
That's
tomorrow?
the. It looks like the door itself is closed and blocked off by red rope.
Okay. Is it a standalone building? Can
Yes.
I walk around it?
Oh yeah, you can walk around it.
I think we should be very careful.
Yeah, we'll
about
send
doing
Gecko
stuff.
in first, I guess.
Yeah.
The Gecko go flying.
Gecko, go.
All right.
Is there a tavern nearby that we can just vibe in?
Yes.
Take a table.
Yeah,
Nice.
easy enough to do. So, I'm assuming that's where you're gonna go, and Gecko's got instructions to fly around. Is he going? Is he gonna try to go in the building or just around?
Just around the building for now. See if there's any external entrances and whatnot that we can exploit.
All right, go ahead and make me a perception check with Gecko.
Sweet. That is a 21.
21. Okay. As Gecko flies around in the brisk air, you watch as he begins to kind of fly around, perch, and take some time to look at the building itself. Through his eyes, you can see there are a number of different entrances. You see, like, one of the back entrances on the ground floor has some people standing outside of it. One of them is in the process of lighting something in each of the other person's hands, and it looks like they're beginning to smoke of like some kind. You're not exactly sure because the Gecko can't exactly see finer details beyond that range, but they seem to be just standing outside of one of the entryways that is open. Though the area around it is kind of like blocked off mostly with that same kind of red rope, along with what looks like openings, like it was just half-assedly done. As Gecko flies around and looks over in a different direction, you can see a balcony space in this opera house that looks out across the rest of the city. You're not exactly sure where this balcony is located, given your lack of information on the city and the interior of this opera house. But you can see that there are, it looks to be like probably near like the middle of the building, if not back end. You're not exactly sure how to get here. But this balcony specifically is on the 3rd floor. It is in the middle of the open, so it would be difficult to get to from the streets, but it's possible to get to from the rooftop down. You can see the doors themselves are closed there, and there are windows that lead to the balcony as well. You see further as Gecko flies around, there is a 2nd-story entrance. You can see kind of like a walkway that's built into the road that leads upward with a sort of railing that leads from the ground floor to a 2nd-story entrance on either side of the building itself from the front entryway. You get the sense that this is probably where people would go and to sit on the 2nd rows, though you can see both of these are also blocked off with that same red rope. Beyond that, there are a number of open, like, window areas, though it looks like the openings themselves are relatively high up, and you get the sense they're there to allow smoke to escape for whatever lit torches are used. It's possible for Gecko to fit in them, by the way.
I was about to say, can Gecko land? Want Gecko to land like on that smoke escape thing and like try and peek in and see what's up.
It does take some time because he has to go back to you after the directions. So what directions do you give him when he comes back? Just
When
peeking
he gets
inside?
back, I'll explain like those small windows you saw. Go up and like land on the like edge of it to peek inside.
Gecko rolls his eyes and flies away.
Wow, Gecko.
Gecko be like that.
That's
He always
At
has
least
an
he didn't
attitude.
text Alan this time.
What's that, Goran?
At least he didn't text Alan this time.
You watch as Gecko flies up and goes into the building. Looking inside, you can see parts of the upper area. There seems to be like a walkway that is somewhat suspended. It is made of wood and looks like it's currently being worked on. Like whoever's on there is trying to make sure that it's as sturdy as possible. You can see like deeper inside the building as well. There's appears to be some people who are in the process of finishing off or polishing off parts of the stage that seem to have been just kind of tacked on or added on, where some of the seats themselves have been removed and pushed back. You can see that there is, in this area, what looks like a walkway that stretches from one, like, half end of the building on the third, fourth-ish floor side around the back space. And you can see that in the back end of the building where you can't see beyond a wall, there's a doorway that probably leads to that. You can also see the space itself on the second floor is, it's pushed out to about maybe like encompass probably the majority of the room. Though there's still spaces where seats are, it seems like that's just what wasn't built in time. But the entryways that lead from the second floor outside to inside, you can see lead to this space, this main entryway. There is no actual third floor, just the railed, like, stone balcony inside that stretches around the half of the building. It's at this point that you see one of the workers that's there working on the walkway look up at Gecko. Hey! Shoo! Shoo! And he's, begins to, like, take some of the hammer that he's got and tries to, like, shoo Gecko away. That doesn't go well for him. Gecko attacks. Gecko immediately gets distracted, and you watch as this man is now screaming at the top of his lungs as Gecko chases him on this balcony. That's probably about 6 or 7 floors up, 5 or 6 from the actual, like, floor that he could probably reach. And the man just starts to run as the bird literally, like, is right behind him, flapping its wings, pecking at his head. It's a shit show.
Here's what I want to do. Just before this man turns a corner, I will I'll make Gecko disappear in the rear.
Gotcha.
Just so that everyone is crazy.
Well, you
Oh my
watch as he goes over to one of the, like, spaces that's over there. Which, by the way, all the workers are now looking up, and they see him running. Gecko's harder to see, but they see. Like, this dude's screaming. This is loud. He gets to the rope that he had, like, the rope ladder that he climbed up from, and he gets on top of it, and he tries to, like, climb down. Are you just snapping Gecko away, or are you just letting him do this?
The moment Gecko's out of sight, if at all possible, I'll snap him away.
Gecko might make this man fall off the ladder.
Please don't kill people.
Gecko's body count's already 1. I don't know what you guys...
I think it's higher than 1, honestly.
Yeah, I'll just, as he's climbing down, I'll snap Gecko away.
Okay. Gecko poofs away, and your vision comes back to you.
Meanwhile, we're in the tavern, I guess.
Yep, you're in a
At least
tavern.
that's what- Yeah. All right. What's your spot?
I'll relay the information.
This is a nicer tavern, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Which, by the way,
That's
to
good.
remain inconspicuous, go ahead and put down like 9 gold.
You're paying, right, Goran?
Sure.
Whiskey.
Excellent.
10 gold.
Yep.
10 gold.
All right.
Anyone else want to drink?
Me.
Excellent. One more
Something
gold.
lemon.
That's up to 11.
Right, how much do I owe?
And you don't.
Nothing. Nothing. Goran pays.
Right. Overall, yeah. it's-
Goran.
Goran's the sugar daddy right now.
Sure is mine.
Reaches daddy.
It's easy enough to do. You, for the most part, remain as inconspicuous as possible here in the tavern. Drinks displayed for each of you, and drunk, but it's easy enough to do. After all of that information is now relayed to you through Zalin, go ahead.
Is there anyone in the tavern talking about the ball or happening to come as well?
On this nicer end, go ahead and make me a perception check.
That's a 3 plus.
You may, you may,
Actually,
you
can I
may,
make that?
you may give him
Can I make
advantage
make it roll?
or help, or you yourself. I mean,
Can I do it myself? And because this is related to hearing,
yes, you get advantage.
hell yeah.
Fair enough.
Then I have an 11. So,
11 from Oxide.
yeah.
24 for me.
24. Okay. So Oxide, you don't really catch much of anything, but Goran, with your keen hearing, you do pick up some information. You're getting the understanding that people are kind of like talking about it, like, hey, wow, they had to renovate the entire opera house for this. This must be really important, or wow, this must be really special, or oh no, it's just a way for rich people to flaunt their money and their influence, and people being really negative about it too. But you do gather the information that it is a masked party, which is beneficial for you. And you are also getting information that there are some interesting people in town. People saying that, yeah, they're nobles from another country. And you get the sense that there are going to be quite a few people at this event, but only nobility are allowed.
I think it would be nice if we had a look at some kind of guest list.
Mm-hmm.
I think so too.
We could definitely work that.
If so, might be able to finagle something.
Yeah.
Sure.
From who?
We do know where the staff is, right?
You say what?
Assume to be. Would it be reasonable to assume that we know where the staff entrance is?
Yeah.
Yeah. We saw a staff entrance, that sketchy door with the two dudes smoking.
I said a few, but
That's
sure.
Pardon?
I said a few, but sure.
Oh, a few people.
Few,
smoking,
not
whatever.
two.
Yeah. A little more than two, but it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Technically, a few is 3.
Technically, who's a
Whatever.
couple?
There are people there. We could probably use the staff entrance as a means to get access to what we're looking for. That's probably the entrance they're going to be using for the staff. It might be reasonable to.
I know.
Do the squeaking come to the mic. Sorry. I think it would be entirely possible for us to use the staff entrance to be able to get access to information. It could be possible for us to play some of us off as event staff hired. Is there anywhere that we saw that would be out of view? Like, reasonably out of view?
Depends on what you're looking for, because yes and no. If you're looking for somewhere to, like, hang out of view on the ground level, then potentially either, like, some rooftops or within the alleyways would be out of view. But there are quite a few people out here, so probably not this early in the day. Alternatively, if you wanted to make your way or try to find a way onto the roof of the building, you guys have that option as well.
I was thinking more somewhere we could gas mode to, Caroline and I.
Yeah, pick a direction. I mean,
No. So like on the building, somewhere that we could like for the event,
yeah.
so that we could sneak in.
Just-
Secret.
I mean, you don't know what it's going to look like during the event, but it might be possible to use the balcony.
Oh yeah.
Or you might want to find your way like up to the scaffolding that Zalin described, and then work your way down from there too. Alternatively, you can sneak in from the work entrance and try to get your way in that way, or you find a guest list and try to pass off as one of the guests on the list. You guys have it's a heist. It's your guys' choice.
You don't think we could just walk in through the front door? Because we're supposed to be there?
What if we go into the bathroom and just stay overnight?
The oldest trick in the book.
Medieval
See,
people
here's the
don't
thing.
shit.
So I think the front door isn't really an option for us, Caroline.
Medieval people don't shit in bathrooms.
Because we wouldn't be on the guest list. This is probably going to be a very high security event, and so because the number of
We know
nobility
who's
here.
hosting the event.
Maybe we can like put their life in danger and then save them and then get invited.
I don't think that's how that would.
Why not?
But
I'll probably invite like the guy who saved my life to the party.
It's not the greatest plan, but at least we're talking it out.
yeah.
That's another thing too. As Alan pointed out, you could try to find out who's hosting the event and work your way that way.
Yeah. That
Either
is
by
an
finding the
avenue.
guest list or by just asking. I mean, it's up to you guys how you want to try to do this.
Mm. Does somebody want to maybe ask one of the people in the tavern?
Who's gonna do
Caroline?
it?
Or Camellia?
I could. Well, it depends what I'm asking about.
About who's hosting the party.
I could probably do that.
Wouldn't there be some type of sign outside the building saying this building is closed for renovations due to blah 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 by order of this dude?
There was not.
Is there like how many people are in the tavern right now? Other than us.
Probably a couple dozen.
Dozen.
Are there like any groups that are talking about the party more than others?
You get the sense that based off of the perception checks that were already made, those that were talking about it either in passing or like in gossip, but otherwise wouldn't necessarily know anything about the party.
I mean, not knowing who.
Well, I guess they would know some, but not. It wouldn't be like nobody attending the party is here. At least for those that are talking about it.
I have a question. Is there a cheaper bar near here? Or tavern?
I mean, yeah, you can go other places in the city. It depends on how far
Yeah.
away you're wanting to go.
I mean,
Is there
damn,
a
Brian, I
more
can pay you back if you want that.
expensive
So-
tavern in-
Say that again, Telia.
Is there a more expensive tavern in the area?
This is one of the more expensive taverns in the area.
I think rich people go to taverns. I think they go to like restaurants and stuff.
Or casino, right? Gambling stuff.
Dining in their own homes.
There are some
Casinos
buildings that are
probably.
designated for that effectively are casinos, yeah.
For rich people
Um,
as well, or just sad people?
Some of them are exclusive to nobility.
I have fancy clothes. I could. Do a little.
Oh.
We could try there. Yeah.
Do a little secret agent business.
I would love to.
Okay.
I think that's two different avenues we could try. The cheaper tavern and the more expensive tavern. I'm looking more for the workers.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Split the party?
Let's go.
Split the
This could
party.
only
Split
end
the
well.
party. Love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So who's going poor?
Can I go with-
Who's going?
Can I go with Caroline? And we have another team go for. Hey. So, I'm trying to work two different problems here.
I know. I just love like, yeah, I want to go talk to the poor people. Caroline, let's go talk to the rich.
Mm-hmm.
You
I'm
have
looking-
Zalin as another noble. Yeah, he's foreign, but
I'm also foreign.
you're all foreign except for Goran.
Well, you're an elf,
Yes.
is the thing. Zalin should probably go to the cheaper tavern, mostly because racism.
Sal, and I wouldn't fucking take that line down. I'm gonna be honest.
Maybe this is where my family is from. Sounds like
Caroline-
them. What?
What, the racism?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, elves do tend to be racist. That's right.
Yeah.
Tend to be, not always. Thank fuck.
That more subtle
Well,
form of
if I'm a
racism.
foreign
Like,
noble, I am also a fucking demon. So
But who wants to lead the poor
probably
party?
shouldn't be too conspicuous.
I'll go to the
Technically,
poor
I'm a
guys.
noble now. I rule the gift.
That's true.
I'll look at Illican. Yes, you are Illican, I believe you.
Oh, maybe we can like seduce rich people with them with +1s.
Caroline could totally do it. She's pretty enough.
Mhm.
Would she be okay with becoming a pretty
Little rich girl.
I can seduce men as
Always
well.
been a pretty little rich girl.
a side piece spy? I guess we could call it.
Guys. Anyways,
Side piece spy.
I think Caroline and I should go try to see what's going on in the more
Luxurious.
upper
Do you want
echelon folks.
Another person too, just for.
I can go with you. Cast invisibility, see in the papers.
Yeah.
Sure.
Or you could just be our guard.
Yeah.
What's the fun in that?
I can get a group to go to the cheaper bars, see if anyone else has information there.
Yeah.
Zalin, what the fuck is happening over there?
Yeah. All that noise is coming to your mic, by the way.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is that between the 6 of you, or 7 of you, because I forget spots over there, it's Caroline, Goran, Oxide going to the rich people, and the other 4 of you going to the poor people.
Yeah, probably.
Me and who else is going to the poor people?
Starry.
So dumb. Starry thought.
Yeah,
I'm gonna serve a mute, Alan.
Illican and
Is it me?
Zalin.
Yeah, Zalin, I don't know what the fuck's over there, but you're being server muted, so just type something you want to...
Oh.
Alright. And then Kadrith, Astaroth, and Arya will be around.
They will be.
They're gonna stay at camp.
They just hanging out, chilling.
So, who wants to go first? The noble side or the poor people side?
Do
Rock,
we
paper,
think
scissors?
we should change before we go to the casino?
Probably.
Yeah, dress nice.
Rich people it is.
Yep. I have fine clothes.
Probably
to go.
no masks as well.
I'm gonna make sure I have a decent disguise going. I've already dyed my hair. That's a permanent thing.
Did you get the glasses with the nose and mustache on them too?
I'm not gonna wear Oh, you guys are going first? Or
I
like-
think so, yes.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I
I'm
wear
gonna have me.
Camellia. I am Camellia. My name is Camellia. I am not Caroline. My hair is red. And, you
Alright.
know, I'm not Caroline. And no one.
Who's this Caroline you're talking about?
She's a distant cousin of mine.
Who's this?
Some people confuse us, which is very weird, considering that we
You
don't look
nothing alike.
exactly.
Oxide, how are you disguising yourself?
In an alleyway with invisibility, and then just walking with them inside.
Okay. Invisibility lasts for an hour.
Yes.
Alright, easy enough to do. Your invisibility hits. Go ahead and make me a stealth check. You have advantage
Sure.
because invisibility. And then Goran and Caroline.
Camellia.
If you're
Right.
chameleon. Well, that's Riley speaking, so you know.
As you guys are making your way towards one of the, you guys are going to a casino, or are you guys going to a restaurant? Or, I guess if you're mingling around, you're trying to go to a casino, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't usually mean the restaurant.
Easy enough to do then. You make your way to one of the like richer ends of town. Nice. Nat 20. I saw that 3 too, and I was like, damn. Oh wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you make your way to the opening entryway to one of these casinos, and you can see it's kind of an open space. People can just kind of walk in and out of. You do see that within there are some people wearing masks and some people without. You see inside this casino there are a number of people in the middle of card gambling. You see people playing liar's dice. You see people playing all these different types of gambling games. And you see people that are in the process of betting on what looks like a it looks like a kind of racing thing, but it's done with like rats that are currently set off in like one of the ends of the tables, and it's a whole thing. But as you look in, you can see like even in the noble side of things, there are a relative wide range of noble races. Most of them are elven, if not dwarven or human. You do see there are some gnomes. There are not a lot, but a couple of tieflings. Both of the tieflings that you do see actually are both wearing masks. But you can see, and both their masks are a lot more elegant than the masks you guys own. Just a heads up. But some of the masks are simple and wooden, and some of them are like incredible, intricate pieces. But nevertheless, as you guys enter, you see a relatively large figure that's there. Looks human, though pretty bulky and standing in kind of a imposing manner. As it kind of looks you guys up and down. You guys are wearing both fine clothes, right?
Yep.
What are your...
I'm also going to pop on my Skavlan ring.
Okay.
I
And what...
don't know if they know, but you know.
What are your passive deception checks?
Passive perception.
It's 23.
Go on.
What check am I making?
No, what is your passive deception?
Oh, passive perception or passive
Deception.
deception?
Deception.
Deception. So
10 plus the bonus.
21.
21. Okay, yeah. As he kind of looks you both up and down, just kind of nods and lets you pass. And Oxide, you very casually, like, sneakily, like... It's a good thing the two tall people are walking, because you're moving at half speed.
Oh yeah, fair.
And you just kind of tiptoe through the area. Weapons and all. So, as you guys are here, walking around this casino, what would you like to do?
Can I ask you a question first.
Sure.
What color are the tieflings?
Both of them appear to be red.
Okay.
Why do you care?
Because the tieflings are like different.
Some tieflings are different, yeah.
Even tieflings are racist to tieflings.
That sucks. I thought Caroline was better though. I thought Camellia was better.
So, while you're in here, what would you like to do?
I will let Goran take the lead for now.
Excellent. I was about to let you take the lead.
I will. I will.
I get this.
I will be your date. That's
Excellent.
what I'm doing.
Awesome. Well, we've done sort of act before. Can I look around, see if there's a table with some nobles?
Yeah, as far as like a table, are you looking for a table where people are being served or a table where people are gambling?
People are gambling. People are more like talking.
Yeah, take your pick. There are a number of card games going on. There's betting tables. There's roulette. There's all kinds of things.
What do I have proficiency with? Playing cards. I'm gonna go to a card table.
Okay. Are you mask on or mask off?
Mask off.
Okay. You sit down at the table. I'm assuming Caroline's sitting beside you. And as the dealer is in the process of flipping over another card and looks at everything, you see half the table just go, "Fuck, damn it!" And you see one of the people on the side just kind of laugh and pull the pot his way. As he looks to you. You buying in?
Absolutely.
1,000 gold.
Fuck. Well, I can.
Yeah, you can.
I give him. I put it down 1,000 gold.
Quick
Yeah.
question: what kind of card game is this? Is this like playing against the dealer?
You can see it's poker.
It's poker. Okay, then I would like to assist them in my invisibility to tell them what cards.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
Cheating?
Okay.
Ooh.
I
Love
come
to
back
see
to
it.
felonies.
I love to see this.
I come back to
Cheating
felonies
is
every
out.
time. I come back
Alright.
and first thing I hear, I want to
I
assist
have a
with
question.
cheating.
What's up?
Do any of the other people at the table have like dates with them?
You see one other person has a date with him. Yeah.
Is that date sitting next to him?
Yes.
Like-
Though typically the chair is actually moved behind him.
Yeah.
So that he's
I
not
will-
on the table.
I will sit in the same manner.
Okay, easy enough to do. As the cards are now
pretty.
dealt, yeah, you look pretty. You can see the other guy's date over there. He just kind of stares at you and tries to look pretty too.
He.
I wink.
Yes, he fucking. Are you upset they're gay? What the fuck?
No, I'm happy they're gay.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Anyways,
They're gay.
as the cards are dealt, you see that some of the people, people put in their small blind, large blind, and people are putting in their cards and trying to figure out what's best is best. Oxide, what do you do?
I'll look at the cards, wait for the river, and pretty much tell them to fold or to call with my.
Okay.
I believe I
You
have
could just
knowledge of the
tap on
game, or at least
Yeah, you could tap.
I
or
can whisper
something.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Would pass without a trace be active? No.
No.
No. Fuck.
So as everybody puts in their bets and calls to the table, you watch as the river
Nice.
comes through. I want you to go ahead and roll me a d20.
Straight
I believe
D20?
in you.
Just a straight d20. Actually, yes, add your proficiency. Because you're proficient with deck of cards. This makes sense.
Proficiency modifier. What is my proficiency modifier?
+5?
Plus 5. 20.
20. Okay. You can see in your hand, you've probably got... You're really close to a full house. Just with the fact that you have the 3 of a kind already, which is a great start. You feel pretty confident just with that. Oxide, you notice that one of the other people has, like, what looks like a royal flush. Just off the bat.
Uh-huh. Okay, what kind of person is this?
You can see, this is probably, we'll say this is one of the two tieflings you saw earlier. Currently wearing a mask, so you can't really see his expressions. But you notice that he's got the cards in his hand, looking at the river, and not really showing much emotion, but waiting for his turn before he raises the pot by 200. You see the person beside him looks at him, looks at his own cards, and calls. Goran, it's up to you.
I'll move to Goran and say, this game is lost.
Are you saying it with you're whispering to him?
Yeah, I'll whisper, just fold. That's it.
Can I, let me just look at a spell real quick. Let me just look at, pass out a trace. So,
just change the cards.
Verbal, somatic, material ashes from.
I think if you do that, yeah, can you change like word number and stuff?
Would it be possible for me to subtle spell pass without a trace?
Why would that be?
Pass without trace is also visual.
Verbal somatic material is it
What school of magic is it from?
Abjuration.
Then yeah, it would be visible.
Okay, I wouldn't.
If it were enchantment, it'd be different.
Yeah.
You should do minor illusion and then change your cards to a royal flush. Better.
A better.
I don't have minor illusion. I'm not straight.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
What
yeah.
about Thaumaturgy?
Thaumaturgy.
Why would you want to do thaumaturgy?
Thaumaturgy, that's great.
It's a dumbass name, okay? It's a stupid name.
You're funny.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, I think, is it a whisper or is it just...
It's a whisper, yeah. You hear Oxide. Tell you the game is lost.
Did you roll a stealth check for that?
I rolled an initial stealth check just for my stealth in the beginning. It was a natural 20.
Okay. Excuse me. Yeah, I think, do I know if you understand Thieves' Cant?
Well, with the times that we tried to read Thieves' Cants, I couldn't read it. So
okay.
I think that speaks for itself, at least DM.
Yeah, you know Caroline and you are the only two that can speak it in your party.
Fair.
Okay. And you guys are sat right next to each other.
Fair. Okay. I'm just gonna...
Gonna do what?
I'm gonna fold.
Okay, you fold. As you fold and the rest of the game plays out, eventually the dude shows his royal flush, which does come up, and he takes what is of the pot. The other person had a full house, and it was king high. But unfortunately, there was nothing you could do. You'd be out probably about 20 gold right now, based on the blind.
That's fine.
As the next round is being dealt in, do you have anything else you'd like to do?
Your luck. I'm gonna say to the team, I wish I had your luck.
You say it to the tiefling?
Hmm.
Well, can't all be lucky. About time that my luck turned. He begins to... As the cards are being dealt out again from the dealer, he puts in his bet.
Nice. Another D20 for me.
Yep, plus proficiency.
That is a D12 art bet.
Try again. We're proud of you, but try again.
Can I just
23.
Nice. Can I keep my eyes and ears open for like anything?
You may make a perception check. Okay. Goran, you looking at your hand and watching the river come up. Nice. Love that. Are you
Yep.
proficient?
Yes.
So it's something else.
So it's 17.
Okay, good to know. Goran, as you are, paying attention to everything, you watch as no big bids come in immediately. And you feel pretty confident that your hand is relatively good. Oxide, you looking around, trying to be as stealth as possible. You almost bump into somebody as you begin to kind of circle the table, checking everybody's hands. Nobody has shit, and Goran's looking pretty good.
All right.
Nice.
I'll just whisper raise in his ear, and then I'll go my own way.
Okay.
Nice. Aries.
Okay, how much?
Another 20 gold.
20 gold? Okay. You watch as the entire table calls. And the next card comes up, and it's looking really good for you.
Aries again.
Okay, how much?
20 more gold.
20 more gold? You watch as the tiefling folds. The guy next to you on your right adds another 20 to the pot. And then the guy to your left, looking at the situation, raises another 40. The guy to your right folds, and now it's just you and him. Do you call 40?
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta try to keep track of that, because it's gonna be a lot of gold.
We're at 100 now.
What? Oh, for how much you've bet?
Yeah, we should be at 100 if he raised 40, and I've raised twice for 20. He's raised 40. We're at
Which makes
140.
80, and then your bid was 20. Yeah, for start, yeah. So that, yeah, 100. For how much you've spent, which would be how much he spent, plus another 40 from somebody else, and plus another 20 from the tiefling. So add 60, 160. Okay.
Okay.
Last card comes up, and you're set with a full house.
Nice. I'll look over at him. The other person who's still left in the game.
Right.
How are you feeling about the cards?
Confident enough.
Good to
Place
hear.
your bet.
There is another 20.
He adds 20.
Nice.
He throws it out. He's got 3 of a kind. But you have a full house. You win the pot.
Nice. How much money do I get?
You added 100 total, right? Or no, you added
Yeah.
120 total,
100.
right?
Yeah.
The guy to your
120,
left
yeah.
added 120, and then the other two added 40 and 60 respectively. So 100, 220 is your profit.
Nice. I'm gonna add 220 gold to my inventory.
In the meantime, can I look out for... Or, sorry. The one that's third.
Okay.
So that was 220 volts added to the... There we go.
Yep, you add 220. It's at this point, Oxide, what are you looking out for?
I think important people, or at least maybe even masked people, that they are more likely to attend the ball. People who strut their name a lot.
You're looking for, okay. You don't see anybody who's keen on speaking your name if they're masked. You also don't see anybody being relatively boisterous. It's still relatively early in the day, before people start to drink, and while alcoholics do exist, it seems that this place alone does not serve alcohol. It looks as though there's not really much of anybody you can immediately gather, and most anybody who's speaking is speaking and focused in their games and personal conversation between, their interpersonal games. You can try to sneak up on them and try to, listen in. Having you make another stealth check with advantage, but you need to make another stealth check.
Sure.
Caroline, you're keeping an eye on the surrounding area. Nothing immediately catches your eye. Nobody appears to be cheating, at least not from what you can see. And people that are not speaking with much, attention to draw to them. So everything seems relatively calm. 18, Oxide, as you wander over towards some of the other conversations, go ahead and make a perception check.
Do that with my own. Oh, that's cocked.
Oxide, go. Go, Oxide, go.
That's 16.
16?
Yeah.
Okay. Listening in, you begin to kind of hear parts of the conversation. Yeah. Sounds like they've got plenty of new people around the town. Should be an interesting night. Wait, you mean you're actually going? Of course. You gotta see what this is all gonna amount to. And if there are some additional deals to be had, I might as well stick my finger into the pie, so to speak. I mean, I personally would if you weren't so chicken shit. Come on. Business isn't gonna grow if you don't let yourself be a little more free. And he turns to the game, watches the cards fold over, and... Fuck! And if you're not careful, you're going to lose everything. I'm really quite curious. About what? About the host. What has he got planned? And why invite everyone like this? I don't know, it just seems out of place. How does it out of place? There's a ball at least once every other year. This is no different. Maybe you're right. And he takes a bid and enters the next game. See? Just live a little. Pay attention to what's around you, but live. Only got like 400 years left on this earth. I don't want to waste it. Yeah, 400 years. Must be nice.
Good to know. When the opportunity rises, I would like to point out to or Caroline or go around that those people are going to the ball. Maybe are.
How? You're invisible.
I know, just when they are alone or away from the game, and then whispering it to them, like, because they were masked, right?
Yes, both of them were masked.
Yeah, then I would like to describe the direction that they need to look at, but
they also spoke about the host.
Rises.
One of them spoke about him knowing the host personally.
Exactly, but I can't speak to them, so I would like to appoint the people who can speak to them.
Gotcha.
When I can.
Which
Probably
point?
better to let Caroline know.
At which point, the game as it continues, this next one, go ahead and roll me a d20.
Seven plus 5. 7 plus 5, 12.
12, okay. As that next game plays out, you don't win. You'll lose another, probably about 80 gold. But nevertheless, you don't lose much. You still net a profit, and conversation at your table begins. So, and this is coming from the tiefling. I'm curious about, well, what's on everyone's minds. After all, it's not often that nobles from overseas are allowed to attend an event such as this. At which point, one of the humans sitting to your left without a mask looks up at him. And how would you know about that? Me? Well, I got the invitation, didn't I? Spoke to the host personally. Oh, really? You've spoken to the host? I'm curious. What did he say? To me? Why would I divulge the private conversations? At which point you see the human kind of grumble. Forgive me, I just don't believe that a foreigner would know the host personally. And how would the host know to send an invitation? Clearly, this host has much more connections than you do. At which point the human to his left, much greater connections. But, whatever. What about you? You going to the party?
Certainly considering it. There's a certain temptation there. I am very curious about what's going to happen.
You think something's going down?
It's not often that you see so many nobles in one place.
It's not often you see so much color in one place, too. Not just talking to my own skin tone, of course. At which point some of them laugh. But nevertheless, it's still fascinating when such a secluded country decides to open its borders to so many well-connected people. You gotta imagine maybe something's about to happen, no? At which point some of the others... Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, is it almost certain?
Man on mute. At which point the game continues on beyond that. It's at this point that as some conversation is held, you get the sense that most of the nobles here are tight-lipped about the identity of the host. Nevertheless, some do openly speak about attending. We'll then pan over to the poor side of this conversation, where Starry, Illikin, Zalin, and Spot are making their way to one of the poorer ends of town for some conversation about more recent events. As you guys make your way into the tavern, you can see they're already in the process of serving out drinks to some people who are already far beyond what they should be, especially for this early in the day. As well as some people ordering food, some people laughing in conversation, others being a little more grouchy about some situation or whatever's happening in their lives. What would you like to do?
I'm still wearing my cloak, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to take a seat in a kind of not well lit spot that's open.
Okay, fair enough. You find your way to a darker, more secluded corner of the tavern and take your seat. As hulking of a figure as you are.
It doesn't bother me that I'm in low light. I mean, I have dark vision.
Yeah, no, it's like, yeah, light for, like, trying to find a dark area is actually pretty hard for you to find. You have to ask Zalin, like, where's dark?
Yeah, hey, where's the shadows at, Zalin?
I don't see shadows.
I can't see it.
God, that'd be such an interesting disadvantage to Twilight Cleric. It's like a narrative mechanic for them. It's like, oh yes, you can see in darkness, but you can't see shadows.
And it's such a fucking problem.
Spot, Zalin, Starry, what do you guys plan?
I mean, I'll go sit with Illikin for now, you know, just look around, just like looking at suspicious figures. Maybe like, I don't know. I'll listen around.
Listen around? Sure, go ahead and make me a perception check.
Deception?
Perception.
Okay, perception. Got this easy.
Nice.
You're welcome.
You try to listen in on some Oh shit.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
awesome.
gonna use...
Cool. Try to listen in
I'm
on
gonna
some
use
conversation.
Tides of Chaos on that, yeah.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
Yeah, easy win.
And reroll that.
Go ahead.
I accidentally pressed the back button on my mouse and it kicked me out of the game.
21?
21 for Tides of Chaos. Nice. That's one where I get to make your next spell do wild magic, right?
Yeah.
Solid. So, as you listen in on some conversations that are happening around just in the darker side, you see the table that's got the more grumpy individuals are kind of complaining about stuff. You're not exactly sure, what or why they're complaining, and it's still kind of hard to hear from the distance, but you do catch a couple of things. Their conversation is more in line with their disappointment or their distaste for nobility. You hear them, kind of grumble on about, gonna take family there, can't do that. One of them makes a comment about, okay, Zalin's there too, good to know. Oh, right, Zalin's server muted. Did you fix your shit?
Oh,
There you go, Zalin. You can talk now.
Hello.
Hi. They're in the middle of conversation that, one of them's about, well, at least there's work. It's not good work. It's not work that's going to last forever. Next thing you know, they're just gonna leave the opera house as is. At which point it kind of dies down silent again, in fear of people listening in, which at this point, Spot, make me a deception check.
Easy win. 19.
Okay.
Pretty good.
One of them kind of begins to look around to try to see if anybody's listening in, and your gaze shifts away from them, and you begin to kind of, idly twiddle your thumbs, or, your attention is elsewhere, or you're feigning your attention being elsewhere, so that you do not get spotted,
Yeah.
and it seems to have worked.
Let's go.
As
Did
the
you
four
stop
of you,
talking to them?
as the four of you eventually find your seats at the same table, a waitress comes by and asks what you'd like to have, and after gathering some food or information to be inconspicuous, somebody's gonna have to donate about this will probably be about 2 gold.
I got it.
And now you're in this tavern listening in.
I guess I tried to talk to one of the guys who talked about the work being bad.
You're gonna stand up and go to them?
Can I wait until one of them goes to the bathroom and follow?
Yeah, one of them would have to. You'll wait for one of them to say he's got to take a leak.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
I'll follow him and
Okay.
confront him in the bathroom.
Well, there's no bathroom. It's go outside and piss on a wall. But
Okay, I'll confront him on the piss wall.
gotcha. Regardless, is there anything anybody else would like to do before that happens?
Does this guy look like he's in some kind of work uniform?
He does not. No.
Hmm. That's the only I can think of.
Actually, it's definitely possible that one of them at the table is. He is not, but one of them at the table would be. It appears to be one of the same rough dark brown leathers that one of the construction workers on the construction side of that was happy the staff that were sitting outside of the building when you were looking through Gecko.
Awesome.
Looks
I'm
like
gonna
one
make
of
a mental note of that, so to try and remember what they look like, so that in case we need to, we can just make our own, or at least get our own.
You can make your own starry illusions.
Back.
Alright.
Hi.
Welcome back. We're on your side of things now. You guys
Yeah,
are sitting in
they
a
were
dark
asking
corner
for
in the
more.
tavern trying to listen into a conversation. Also, you ordered food and drinks, and I'm wondering what you guys would like to do in the tavern as well. You see some people are
Yeah,
happy, some people are drunk, and some people are grumpy.
By the way, I want to like tell Stario of my plans in case they go bad.
Okay, so
Okay.
Yeah. So like I'm gonna like whisper. I'm gonna be like, okay, let's have this plan, right? I'm gonna wait for them to want them to go take a piss, and then I'll try to convince him to let me take his job and pay him off or something. And if not, like kidnap him. And if I have to kidnap him, I think your help would be really useful.
Okay, you might have some miswiring in your brain. How about a human does it? Respectfully. Because anyone saying that someone tried to intimidate me, it was a big robot, it's not going to be hard to find. However, if someone like me did it, I'm not saying I want to do it, but more humanoid, less metal. In case something went
I
wrong.
was gonna just like ask and give him like money. I wasn't gonna intimidate. I was just gonna like probably like pay more than what he's paying because apparently they're paying bad.
And then if he said no, you were gonna what? What'd you
Kidnap
say?
him / kill.
Right.
No, don't do that.
We're not doing that.
No.
Well, that was
I'm
plan
sure
B.
he wouldn't mind you taking over
No,
his
that's
give
plan
him
Z.
twice as much as he's being paid.
here's Spot.
That's exactly-
Diplomacy,
For
murder. Why not both?
Well,
Alright, I'm gonna down my-
diplomacy goes first, and if diplomacy fails, murder will always be a good second.
How about we just start up a casual
or
conversation?
ask about
see if they'll-
them needing hires. I don't know.
Maybe.
We also need to know who has this party, right? Who's hosting it? So how about we just start up a conversation and see where it goes? Some drunk guy.
I mean,
Yeah, they work for the
go
host.
Ahead. Go ahead. I am not going to start a conversation in tavern.
Okay, so
Silver
Riley,
with
did
people.
we figure out for a fact that some people here are working for the party?
Well, yeah, well, some people
Those
are
guards.
complaining about it, but yes, some people are wearing the same outfits that were being worn by the workers that Zalin saw while he was looking through Gecko's eyes.
Right.
I'm still going to do the piss plan if this doesn't go good. I'll just have to do it alone, I guess.
Okay.
Viz. Sorry.
I'm
Spot. Why? Are you seriously going to possibly kidnap someone?
Well, okay. I think kidnapping is below the line of what we've done before, but
I don't stand
Understand.
for what we've done before.
Well, yeah, it's like less of a kidnapping and just like captivity for a day, which like I'll still pay him. I will reward his silence
What, with death or money?
with money. Why would I
I don't
reward
need
him
money.
with death?
Kick your ass if you kill him. We're not killing innocent people, got that?
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
why.
Don't
I know
get
there's
memo.
no fun in it, but they're innocent. They don't deserve it.
It's at this point that one of them gets up and exclaims that he has to go take a leak.
I say my time has come and I leave.
No, do not kill him. Just go take a piss and chat with him in the bathroom. Say, hey, I couldn't help it. Here, you're not really happy with your job, and offer him money. No, go.
That's really first off.
You're
he's a
not
robot.
there.
It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Also, who talks? Okay, at least guys don't talk in the washroom while they're taking a piss.
It's
Yeah,
not a
but-
bathroom. It's a wall outside.
So,
There's a pissing wall.
the guy leaves, and Spot, you follow, making your way after him.
Yeah.
So,
I can't really do rolls right now because I have a cat on me, so like I'll just tell you my modifier. And
or
then
you can tell,
someone
yeah,
else.
tell Telia to roll.
Telia's peeing. Telia's not here right now.
I'll look at your character sheet.
Okay. So, you walk out on this man who's pulling his cock out, right? And
He's pulling his cock out! Had
Okay,
to.
we're on Twitch. Don't get too descriptive.
Pulls out
And
this massive
as you like step behind him, he immediately stops, puts it away, and looks your direction. Can I help you?
Hello there. I would. I know this is very awkward, but I just didn't want to approach you in front of colleagues and all that stuff. I had a proposition for you. A proposition that you can earn money on. If that interests your mind.
Make a persuasion check.
To base your persuasion as a +15.
Yeah, can somebody roll a die? I don't have any dice on me.
I can do it on.
You rolled a 7.
Right.
+15.
+15, so that's 22.
Jesus Christ, plus 15.
Yeah, plus
Yeah,
15.
I'm not shitting you. Charisma, master expertise, +15. Yeah.
Persuasion.
welcome.
Damn. So 20. What was it?
2.
22. Thank you. After that, bit of awkwardness, he. What have you got in mind?
Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, but I was listening in on conversation, and I heard you were complaining about some work. And is it at the new party, perhaps, that's going around?
I'm working the maintenance. I'm supposed to be on hand just in case something goes wrong.
Okay.
We're not gonna. We've got work in the morning, but it's an all day thing. You said money?
I did say money. I heard they were not paying you well for your service.
That's paying me fine.
Oh. How
They're
much?
they're mad. They're mad that it's just temporary work.
Oh. That's fair.
Who are you?
I am something that, and I am just a guy trying to get access to a party that I wasn't really invited to. I'm just,
You're not gonna get into the party unless you're noble. That's.
Well, yeah, that's what I was hoping that you would be working there. It's gonna pay you money. to let
How
me in.
much?
How much? How much do you require? How much?
How much you
to
got?
Feed your family? How much I got? But can you tell me what I got?
Currently you have 4,471 gold. Out of character, you have 4,471 gold.
How much you got?
200 gold.
Yeah, that.
200 gold for your service.
If you're actually going to pay that,
Of course, of course. I'll pay you up in front if that's what's required.
bullshit.
Bullshit.
You actually have 200 gold on you.
I might exactly have 200 gold on me, yes.
You bought 200 gold.
Well, I'll like, fucking, I'll shake my pocket a little bit, I don't know.
Make a persuasion check. Make a persuasion check. Because you do have the money with advantage.
Go ahead and roll that dice, I guess. 15 plus.
Oh, right. 3 or a 9.
So
Taking
9 plus 9 plus 15 is 24.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
24.
Bear it down.
I will definitely get you in. If you're paying me 200, absolutely.
You and your friends.
Yeah, what about some more people, if I would ask? Maybe, like, 3-5 more people? Just,
You'll want to not look like that, but it's yeah, that, are you wanting, are you, you actually have the, like, if you're going to give me the gold, give me the gold. I will help you.
Okay, I will then, like...
Okay.
I'll bag 200 gold.
Yeah, you
Okay,
hand him
here you
off
go.
200 gold. He's initially surprised, but then he's like, "Fuck, okay." Um,
Has the 200 gold been given over?
Dude,
I'll
sick
remove it
for
from your
a
character sheet.
while.
I can't
Um,
actually do that. I'm not allowed.
Make it 201 for good service.
okay. So write down Starry 201. You can tell him later.
I'll be
Okay.
I guess I should discuss my plans now with them.
Right.
Yeah.
You'll want to have some fancy clothing, you and your friends. You'll want to wear a mask. You might want to cover up the metal bits, and or if you're coming in as work, then dress like this, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Any back doors that you would be able to open at any point?
You'll have to come into the maintenance entrance on the side of the opera house.
Okay, the maintenance entrance. Okay. You want to set a specific time that you will open the door?
I would assume probably about an hour to 2 hours after the party starts. You don't want to be one of the first people in, but you also might not want to be one of the last.
When does the party start again?
If I remember correctly, it would have started shortly after sundown.
Okay.
Sorry, tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Well, let's meet up at that door an hour after the party starts. Then I guess.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Get a name.
Also, one last question. Well, I guess two last questions. I should probably have your name so I can, figure out,
Why do you need my name?
I guess just as security.
I told you, you paid me 200 gold. The security is paid. Why do you need my name?
That's fair. You make a solid argument. So the last question. Do you know anything about the host of this party?
Ooh, does he?
I mean, he would have been hired on. I assume he would know a little bit.
Whenever I work events, I don't know the host necessarily.
He
Especially if it's
makes a
rich person,
mention.
usually.
I've never met the host in person, but I have seen them. At least I think it's them. Whoever is setting this up, I don't think is from around here, which is part of the reason there's frustration, because they're changing something in the city and they're not going to be here for it.
I see.
I think they're a tiefling.
I see. Well, let's meet up an hour after the party starts then, I guess.
Yes,
Thank you
we
very
will
much.
meet you there. Don't bring a lot of attention. Like disguises, and then bring them in, and then change, and then go.
Of course.
I'm sure if you have this money, you're smart enough. Yes, can I pee now?
Okay.
Oh.
I'll like be like thank you, and then I'll leave. So that you can have pee in private.
What the fuck is my life?
I'll
Hey,
fucking
golden peas.
yeah. I'll like go inside and I'll be like all giddy and I'm like, guys, I fucking did it.
You murder a man?
Told you it would work. I'm glad it worked.
So I'm surprised your first your first person isn't you. Did you murder a man?
No,
But no.
I
it's in
had
the bag outside.
confidence
Don't
that he
worry.
wouldn't
No.
kill him because I told him that if he killed him, I'd kick his ass.
Yeah. I got us access to the party.
Woo woo. We're going to a party.
You want the fancy ass party?
Hopefully, nothing bad happens, and it's just going to be fun.
Something bad is gonna happen. It's gonna be very fun.
Don't.
Always happens.
Look, he's just being honest, okay?
And I'm trying to be
Alright.
optimistic, okay? I hardly ever am optimistic about these kinds of things. I'm excited for this event.
Do any of
I
us
get to
have
see my
any
friends
way
get
of
all pretty.
contacting others?
Elikin does. Elikin has sending.
Logan, could you cast sending to any on the other group and roughly tell what happened?
Okay,
so, like,
I'll do
I'll-
something to Caroline.
I'll-
Yeah,
Okay.
and like we figured out, let's meet up.
I'll also mention to them that like I have suspicion that the party hostess is a tiefling.
Okay,
You know.
Nice.
so it'll go something.
Elikin, you have 25 words.
Sending. Cast.
Oh, wait. Okay, you cast sending. Boom. Okay, go.
We found a way into the party through maintenance, and we have a suspicion strongly that the host is a tiefling. End message. And that's sent to Caroline.
You have one more word. End of message.
No, that's it.
No. Okay.
Not where we're gonna meet up. Okay, I guess I'll.
Caroline, you may respond. 25 words.
Caroline's not here.
Why am I-
Just like wait a little bit. Just wait a little bit. She'll be back real quick.
Will she?
Probably.
She's
Yeah,
been gone
no,
this whole
she's not-
time.
No, she's getting sodas right now. She'll be.
I mean, she said I'm on my way 4 hours ago, and then arrived like 1 hour ago.
Yeah. On my way
You're
doesn't mean
lying.
I'm there in 1 hour.
Speed walk to the from the kitchen. Come on,
What if I,
you can do
what
it.
if I-
Tell her to go back on the live stream and just listen to it on YouTube.
Yeah, for real. I will, I guess.
Or I can make Gillikin say it all again.
Yeah, I can make Ilkin say it again.
Yeah.
Give Ilkin some performance anxiety.
Is she there yet?
No.
God
I don't
damn
know
it.
what's taking so long.
Yell for her!
No, that's what's on my left. I'm not yelling.
Yell for her kindly.
Well,
Does she have her phone
sleeping.
on her?
No, they're both with me.
Fuck it, I'll call her.
Fuck.
They're both with.
They're both with me.
Oh, that's so dumb.
Phones.
Caroline. Cynthia.
It will.
Tina!
I heard the
You're
door.
needed.
Why did you leave us, Delia? Why did you leave us?
We need you.
Oh my god.
So what's happening?
I think someone's coming.
Yes. Maybe you should target someone else.
This message sure is taking a while to get back to me.
Like Caroline doesn't notice that she got a message. She just like keeps talking about poker. It's just random poker bullshit.
She's in the
You'll
corner.
notice it when the voice pops up in your head, though.
Yeah.
She here. She here.
Delia, you got a message. Illiken, do you want to say it again?
I can't hear you yet. Okay, I'm here now.
Okay, Illiken, you ready?
Yeah.
You gotta say the whole thing again. Good luck.
We found a way in through the maintenance. Shit. We have an inkling that the host is a tiefling.
Penis.
End of message.
Awesome.
Your 5 words.
Let's meet up at blank.
Illiken said
It's-
end of message.
It's snowing on Mount Fuji.
Okay. Caroline, you may respond.
Interesting. Thank you. He's also a guy.
Okay, so the host is a male tiefling. Now, how
Um,
many of them are present in this town?
This is interesting. This is very interesting.
You don't know yet.
Who hasn't told you? And it'd be very, very awkward.
It would be inside of her head.
All right.
Okay.
With that revelation, is the poor team doing anything else?
I mean, I guess getting our drinks on. Not me though.
Also, Goran, you didn't hear that yet.
I didn't hear anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. All right. So the poor team gets the drinks on for the rest of the night until told otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Oxide, you will have to find a space to hide away and recast the spell at some point. Just a heads up.
Alright.
Or you can move on somewhere else if you want to change their
are
course.
there, because it's a casino, are there any like private chambers or
Um, there are. Yes, there are. Sure.
right, then I would like to find somewhere to recast it if that's possible. If I can
Yes,
find
that
a
is
place.
possible.
So,
Especially because casting invisibility while invisible just keeps your visibility up. Invisibility.
oh,
up.
okay. So
So-
it's not like being flew
Well,
back
I
and then
mean,
disappearing.
it kind of is, but it's like it's not a big deal.
It's
Like you can
it's
go
fine.
behind a corner, cast the spell because you have to say something, and done.
Okay, good to know. Then I would like to see if I can enter one of those private rooms or any way.
Yeah, you manage to kind of sneak around and push your way into somewhere where there's no people, and you can cast the spell on yourself. Easy enough.
Oh, I was just talking about like private rooms where people have exclusive conversations or games or.
Yes, that would be something. But you'd have to go upstairs for that.
I would like to.
Okay. You make your way up the stairs, trying to be as quiet as possible, moving your way around the people that are wandering around, and find your way into or towards one of the doors. You see that on this upper stairs room, there is a bar, as well as a couple of chambers, though the chambers, most of them have closed doors, and only a couple of them are open.
Alright. I'll first check the couple of that are open.
Okay. What are you looking for?
Important people mostly, and otherwise probably the quarters of the boss. Maybe finding invitations, envelopes that could lead us to gaining the personal information of the host.
Okay. As you kind of look around and peek inside one of the open rooms, it appears to be empty. You move on to one of the other rooms, and you can see people are in there in the middle of conversation, though you don't get to hear much of the conversation itself before somebody behind you is walking past you with drinks in hand, and as soon as he crosses the threshold, he closes the door. At which point you head to the third and final room with the door open, and you can see it's kind of quiet. There are 3 people inside, and you get the sense that the other 2 people that are outside that are at the bar are probably part of this party. But you see they're kind of in the midst of some lighter conversation. Are you going inside or are you staying outside and just listening in?
I'll go inside this room.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a stealth check then.
I do it in alchemy again for the world to see. With the advantage, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Goodness.
14. Okay. So you wander inside, and as you kind of sneak in and begin to hear some of their conversation, not exactly sure if it's possible, but I mean, perhaps. Think about it. There's gotta be a lot of money to be made, and it's not like the workers are being paid for all of their hard work. All we'd have to do is just undercut them, or overcut them, just a little bit more than what they're actually making, and they're on our side. Still a risky business. Besides, I hear the house of the miners, forget what the name is off the top of my head. Regardless, they should be attending the party. I wonder if I could talk to them, figure out what they're paying their workers. Like they're gonna tell you. Well, I don't think they're gonna tell me, but they'll tell me information that would allow me to lead my way up into that. At which point, you hear one of them go kind of quiet. Who's there? What do you hear? I swear I heard something. He's looking in your direction, Oxide.
Mm.
At which point you see one of them, the one that was quiet for this conversation, begin to mutter an incantation under his breath. What do you do?
I will look at my. Okay. I was suspecting that the two at the table were members of this party. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were they both or one of them my height?
No.
No. Right. Kind of tough then. Then I will quickly charm person them all.
Okay. What is... It's a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the DC?
18.
Okay. One of them fails barely, the other two blatantly fail. And
Okay.
while your form becomes visible to all,
Yep.
they are charmed.
All right.
Excellent.
I'll just sit down.
Oh. It's a relief. I thought somebody else was... Come on in. What's, what were we talking about?
Cutting wages. Underpaying. Overpaying.
Right, thank you. I'm not exactly sure. Wait, okay, hear me out here. You're a dwarf, right?
Sure am.
I wonder if it's possible to sneak into those mines, because most of the miners are dwarven, or, you know, of that stone kind of structure, I guess. I don't know how I'd put it. But
Underground
imagine,
people.
imagine, right? If you go in there and ask what they're paying for, and what they're being paid for, and how much they're being paid, if we could undercut their prices, if we could tell them, hey, we'll pay you more. Let
Mhm.
them work at that wage for just a little bit longer. Then, well, you know, maybe like a month or two, and then just cut down the workforce. Not only do we gain the business over, we throw over that fucking house, I still don't remember the name, but we also gain more power.
That's true. Could be possible.
At which point the other two, it's not a bad idea, but I feel like upsetting the power dynamic here is not really a good idea. I don't understand how it's not. We're usurping a house of people who's effectively, well, it's good for business, isn't it? I mean, what's the point if our business can't grow ourselves? At which point the dude who was about to cast a spell on you, looks around and he finally steps out of the shadow. I'm not one for all that speculation, but as far as usurping a business goes, you have to be extremely careful. Rumor has it there's some people here that are relatively ill-intentioned. Ill-intentioned, that's the word. And there are others that are poking their noses around where they shouldn't be. Got a suspicion the same people who...
And should we make a stand at the ball in a couple of days? Tell
Maybe
us that we're
not.
there.
Maybe not make a stand, but we could gather some more information. After all, there is currently a power vacuum of nobility up in the Arctic wastes. It's possible that if we push more business out that way, we can start making some connections. Whether it's from mining or elsewhere. Regardless. This whole bowl just seems more like a conspiracy waiting to happen.
That is true, but the host forgot his name.
At which point you hear he's the blue-skinned Vidalcan chime in. The host doesn't like to be named. Petroli. Don't know if it's his first or last. But I have a feeling that he's sticking his nose where it shouldn't be. And regardless of what his intentions are, I know they are counterproductive to my masters. And if we're all on the same page, then we shouldn't give in to whatever he wants.
That is fair, but the connections that they have, excuse me,
Clearly are immense. I wish it were possible to get him on our side, but
should be possible.
nevertheless,
Possible.
whatever we do here, keep your eye out for blue on black. They have a tendency to stick their nose in uncomfortable places. And rumor has it one of them belongs to one of the House of Tyrannian. And if they're here, they are a threat. I'm gonna get a drink. Do you want one? Anything? Which point one of them chimes in. I'm good. I still got mine. The other one, I'm good. I don't drink.
Yeah, I'll just stand up. I'll go get him. Don't worry. What's your favorite?
Rum.
Why is it always gone? I'll leave the room.
Okay. You leave. Which point you are not dressed in noble attire. So you look out of place. Okay.
Just immediately out of the door.
Yeah, as soon as you enter the door, you're like, oh right, click, and then
yeah. I was about to say, like,
noble
I
gear,
should've done
mask
that
on,
going out of-
and make your way out. Yep.
Yeah.
Easy enough to do. Well done, Oxide. And with that, we'll go ahead and end the session.
Oof.
I will say one more thing before we close tonight out. Actually, no. No, I will not. There is nothing else that needs to be said. But that's all we have for tonight. Hopefully we can do this again next week, because this will be nice to continue and for you guys to share. But yeah. Thanks for playing, guys. Welcome to the new year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Cleanest.
Oh.
And Happy New Year to everybody who's watching this. And if it's late, then happy belated New Year, because it's, time passes. Thank you so much for watching. We hope to see you again next week. I hope we're here next week. Yeah. Goodbye. We love you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, penis.
Penis?
Penis.
Is that 3 minutes?
Shit, hang on.
Penis
I gotta
dog, yeah?
deafen. There we go.